They'll lose connection midway too.
Yeah, shout out the Walky Talky
I hate this
Discord for those that
detour on the way
aren't
to
in
the
it.
store.
Kamui
I
and
love how
I
I'm
talked
already
beforehand.
derailing.
I don't know why stage isn't working tonight. We'll do that later, maybe if we feel like it. You said you wanted to end at like 1:30, which is in like 3 hours from now. So like maybe we just won't do that. It's like I can imagine the chapter just taking 3 hours and then we're just like done. I don't know.
Yeah.
Well, anyways,
either way, I'll swap mics when I get back.
Still, shout out the Walky Talky
Unless you guys
Discord.
really like AirPods for the day.
And anyone can join in any other stream, I guess, because it's just not working tonight. It's literally like I started it and like Kamui joined and then it just didn't work. Like I just couldn't hear him, and then like we just called and then it worked, and then we went back to stage and I still couldn't hear him, and we just fiddled around for like 5 minutes until we just gave up and we're just calling in V's private chat now. So there you go.
Yeah, I don't know why it's not working. Like I don't know if it's something to do with my phone. I mean, the only difference, the thing is, like, I've used the whole phone AirPod thing for, like, what, a year before I started doing it the other way? So, like, this isn't, like, a new thing I'm trying.
Darshikage has the celebrate emojis. Speaking of celebrate emoji, Kamui, Boruto Chapter 9, It's Imminent, is the title. And so there's stuff about it, apparently, allegedly, seemingly. Kamui, you're
Fortunately,
really
honestly,
okay.
I low-key kind of just wish we had a hiatus this month.
I know.
Like, it would just give me more time to, like, catch up.
I know. I hate to say it, but yeah.
I hate to say it, but it's true. Maybe Immortal could draw a little bit better, too, with that extra month.
So you haven't...
At this point, I'm done saying, oh, I wish we got weekly chapters. At this point, bro, I just want good chapters. Like, I don't care if it takes longer anymore. Like, I've had enough. Like, if they can't write omnipotence properly because they're freaking, it's too fast for them, then take longer. I've given up.
Bro, that's so funny because we got a comment on one of our videos called What's Up with Boruto's Art. I don't remember what we talked about in this one in particular exactly, but the comment was...
Really like Mitski's hair.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking too. The comment is, this gotta be the most ignorant video to date, LOL.
How is it ignorant?
I don't know, but I just replied IKR.
Like if anything, it's the most detail-focused, oriented video to date because we're actually paying attention to the specific details. Like, how is it ignorant? Also, how long is this stupid detour? This feels extra long. This is strange. Something's fishy here. Am I going the wrong way?
For stream, Kamui's going to the store, and it closes at 11, which is in 14 minutes from now, and he's not there yet, and it's raining outside, and he decided to start podcast now.
Working on it.
You know what, I can't find
what time it
the
was.
skull emoji, so I'm just gonna send him a woman zombie. There we go. But anyways, Kamui, are you still with us?
Anyway.
Okay, you are. Okay, good. Maybe that's it. Maybe I can hear you the whole time. It's just you were cutting out because of your Wi-Fi because of the weather.
About the chapter. We were in the middle. I'm not really surprised. So last time we were talking about Mitski and Ada and love, and I don't remember specifically where we left off, but do we just want to like move past it, or do you want to try?
Recap really quick, and maybe it'll spark some stuff. Because once we ended stream, because we had to end stream because it was at 6 hours, but I really regret it. But I really wish we had more time to talk about it. I say that when we just wasted so much time dilly-dallying getting to it anyways. I'm just so mad about it. But we talked like another 20 minutes after stream. Once again, shout out Walky Talky Discord. We'll sometimes talk extra long after the podcast ends. So if you want to hear all the extra juicy good details, then go join the freaking stage in the Discord. And even last night, freaking Mr. Spiraling joined, and it was so funny because I was just having such a fun conversation with him. That was very funny in regards to
what did you guys talk about? I was so tired. I'm sure you know. I just left eventually. I was just like, I'm just gonna leave.
Kamui, funny story on that, by the way. So I message you. I'm not gonna say what I messaged, but like, I message you. I'm pretty sure you fell asleep because you didn't respond for like 5 minutes. And then I was, again, I think you once again, after responding, you just fell asleep again because it took you like 5 minutes to actually do the thing that you said you were gonna do. Like, I was sitting there hovering over the button just waiting for you. Just like, on your cue, just like, wait. It's just like, what's happening? Oh, he fell asleep again. Okay. It's like a sleep sandwich or something.
I was tired.
I can tell.
Yeah.
So speaking of you retired, so apparently, oh my god, you're so loud, Goku
What?
Naito. Goku Naito is very, very loud. But hi, Goku Naito.
Wait, how is he loud?
Well, they subscribed. It's a Japanese account, and Konnichiwa, Ohio gozaimasu.
Yeah.
What Japanese do you know, Kamui, for Goku Naito?
Sono aoki no hitami izure kisama kara.
Don't say that. Kamui ga wakarimasen. Gomennasai, gomennasai. Do the W's in chat for the grass emoji because that means it's funny. So, by the way, Kamui, grass in Japanese is there, LOL. And W looks like grass. So now you know. So if you ever see a W from a Japanese person, they think it's funny.
Okay. I think it's grass.
So you woke up at 5:30 today, is how tired you were?
Oh yeah, well I woke up like multiple times, but trying to think of when I actually fell asleep, like for real. I'm not counting like, dozing off in the middle of the stage, but like actual fall asleep time. I want to say, let me reverse engineer the time.
11 hours, 12?
Yeah, I probably fell asleep. Expected to fall asleep, around 8:30 a.m. because you're up late. Was when I expected. So I was like, all right, why don't I just try to sleep until 4:30 p.m. so I can get 8 hours. I don't have any regrets with sleeping the extra hour because I'd rather get 9 hours anyway. But I was up at like 3:30. I kept waking up around like the 3 o'clock time, like over and over again, every like 3 minutes. And then eventually I fell asleep. Then I woke up 2 hours later. I was like, oh, it's 5:30 p.m. I should probably get going.
Okay.
And then of course I want to fall asleep 7 hours, or we'll say 6 hours earlier tonight than last night.
Okay.
Will we succeed? I don't know, but we're gonna try.
Yeah, just move this around for fun. So
But,
anyway,
it's crazy how bad our sleep schedules have become with this podcast. Every time we do this shit, I already know I'm gonna fail tonight. Let's be real, but I'm gonna try.
Bro, we don't have a sleep schedule is the real problem because of the podcast.
Yeah, we don't follow a schedule. Just go with the flow, really.
Okay. I can't believe I can't remember the other 3 things I wanted to say at the beginning of stream. It's so annoying. But yeah, chapter 9. Things are out, apparently. Have you seen anything at all?
No way.
None? No, yeah, I didn't think so either.
No.
A couple people made videos on it, but I don't know.
A promotional thing.
Apparently, maybe. I don't know. Is it on the official Naruto website?
I just saw there was like a promotional translation. Kind of like remember the Kamui thing?
That's
it was like
gotta
one of those
be
where
it.
It's just like a promo.
Okay, yeah, that's gotta be it then. Never mind, who cares?
So it wasn't anything real.
Yeah, apparently it was something like the thing where it was what?
The thing I saw, at least, was just literally like saying, "Oh, Jorah's after Himawari." That's basically it.
That,
It wasn't
yeah.
anything like informative.
That's what I
we
saw
already
too.
knew that. We read the chapter, so it wasn't new.
Yeah, exactly. Or I just got a comment saying, like, have you guys even kept up with the latest Boruto series? Which is kind of funny. But yeah.
The latest Boruto series, yeah. Not the latest Boruto series, the previous one, though, yeah.
Okay, there you go.
Not the two blue Vortex bullshit.
Well, on that note, speaking of two blue Vortex, so I guess
Yeah, let's talk about that thing we read.
the thing we read. Oh, two blue Vortex.
Chapter.
so love. What do you think about it?
It's definitely one of those things that it's an emotion.
Here, actually, before we get to that, this is
people
funny.
have it.
So by the way, you got 6 minutes until your store closes. Just keeping that in mind.
Yeah, we're good. We're cruising here.
Okay, so by the way, we've been dilly-dallying, but like, let's stop doing it. So, Kamui, we've spent a month, by the way, doing this. So, the Ragnarok translation doesn't exist anymore. It's gone.
Really?
It's just gone. Yeah. 404 error page. Oops, page not found. Didn't refresh, didn't do nothing. It's just gone. It's just down. It's not there anymore.
I don't know if I could find another version online, but I wouldn't be able to share it with you right now anyway, so it's kind of pointless.
Yeah.
But that's actually crazy. We've taken that long.
so let's just try for chapter 9 for our sake to just do it like faster, preferably one stream. If it's 2 or 3, that's fine, I guess. But like, it to the point to where the translations don't go up and down willy-nilly, side to side, forward and back, and all the other directional verbs, adjectives, what pronouns. Yes. Anyways. So that's gone. We're left with
the fact that we've taken this long is just objectively hilarious.
We're left with Stupid Viz, the other version, and then the version that's the most inconvenient version of all time. That I don't even think has all the pages anymore anyways. And the Raws. Oh, never mind. Raws are gone too.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yep, Raws are gone too, by the way. So we lost our Raws as well. They don't exist anymore. It never even happened. So, yep, we got an.
It's actually tragic.
This one doesn't have a 404. It just says, "Oops, that page can't be found." So there you go. Looks like nothing was found at this location.
Funny, though. It is funny that we've taken that long, though. Like, I do get a laugh out of it.
Yes. So, continuing on with what we were saying 2 streams ago at the end of it where we had to end. So, Ada and Love with Mitski. So, comparing it to Sakura, Ada I think this is what we got on at the end of last stream. This was like the very last thing, but like we had to end it in the middle of it. So like Ada has everything she would want, just like Sakura had everything she would want. She didn't need anymore. She didn't need Sasuke to be her boyfriend or whatever, because she was spending a bond, time with Team 7. That's what Ada's been doing the past 3 years, just living with Kawaki, literally in the same house.
I mean, she didn't want more. Oh my god, this thing is cold in my freaking hand.
But she doesn't. She can feel satisfied with it. She doesn't need more. She can live the rest of her life like this and be happy.
Well, see, this gets into like, what do you truly need? But like, being content, being satisfied isn't the same as being truly happy.
Stop lying.
Because, do they have duck sauce at the store? Do you think? Can you buy that? I like duck sauce.
But anyway,
my last thing I'm gonna look for. Just curious, like, oh, they do have it. I don't know if this brand's any good, but like, it's only $287. Might be worth a buy.
And I agree with that in terms
Honestly.
of Mitski and Ada's love conversation. I think that's very relevant. Kamui never change.
Honestly,
Please include all of your grocery updates. In the middle of your sentences,
Yeah, I'm
please.
buying it.
Yes. Okay. But, anyways, as you were saying.
Yeah, I ended up buying, also things I was unsure of. I just went ahead and got all what was I saying?
Okay, let's go over all the things. You got laundry detergent, toilet paper, toothpaste, floss picks.
Oh shit, that's right. I need to get deodorant.
Reminding you stuff, yeah. Body soap, you got conditioner or shampoo or whatever. What else? Razors. What else did
cruise
men
down the
need?
lane here as I look for this deodorant.
Bananas for your oatmeal, maybe, or granola, some kind of peanuts.
I've got plenty of fruit. Yeah, I've got plenty of that stuff.
Just going over the list. Vanilla extract, maybe, or honey, or syrup, or some seasoning, salt, pepper, paprika.
Already got all that stuff. Got everything.
Butter.
Stuff,
you need butter.
Blends.
No, maybe stevia. I don't know. It's random things. I don't know.
I got lots of that stuff.
Cacao.
I just need deodorant now.
Hemp. Do you have hemp oil
section.
or seeds?
I'm moving so
Chia,
quickly that
flax.
I'm going to the wrong section.
Peanut butter. Definitely can't forget that.
Where
number one, vanilla oatmeal or yogurt? You got any yogurt you need? I ran out of yogurt today. I need more yogurt.
Ooh,
some fruit,
Blast,
even.
Kraken guard.
Ooh, that's cool. Like strawberry, blueberry, oranges. I don't know.
Dragon Blast or Kraken guard scent? What do you think?
Dragon has dragon in it, so it's cool.
But so's Kraken.
Yeah, but do you think a dragon could beat a Kraken? I guess it depends on location.
Kraken, it's got a cool blue Kraken design on it. I'm gonna go with it.
All right.
I'm gonna check out really quickly. Anyway,
you're doing the self checkout, bro. You're gonna be talking mid sentence and try to check out Ada at the self checkout or something, or part of your points are gonna be the checkout process. Be and Ada wanted to check out this milk. Yeah, did you get the milk and the oatmeal? The two important things.
Yep, I got the good stuff. Yeah, plus everything else I was debating.
Your story is officially past closed. By the way, it is 11:01.
We got this.
Okay.
So what were you saying?
Right, so Ada. So I think with this, I do think she's content. I don't think she needs more. You can say she wants more, but does she want what she wants? Because she already has what she wants. So.
Well, I disagree. I think she has what she truly needs.
Yeah, but you don't want to be selfish and greedy. She appreciates what she has. She's enjoying her life. Like Kamui, if someone gifted me a protein powder package for Christmas, I'm gonna be happy. Doesn't mean I don't want more to the point of having practically unlimited. I'm not gonna be like, man, I'm disappointed. This is what I want, but I want more. This isn't what I truly need. No, I mean thank you. I can't believe you did. This is great. I'm so happy. And then that's just it. That's all I want. That's all I need. That's all there is. Only positivity.
On all these questions from this stupid thing. Okay, there. I finally insert my card. I agree. Oh my god, it's hot here.
Oh my god.
But I already know if I freaking take off my jacket, it's gonna be freaking rainy out when I go outside. But no, I agree with what you're saying. The thing is, I mean, I don't want to make this into a gigantic topic, but I think Ada needs is just real friends. I think that's all. That's what she really needs. And it's not what she thinks she wants a boyfriend, but I think what she needs is just a genuine friend. Basically, Sarah and Sakura. That we can leave it at that for now. But she can be content, but I don't think she's truly happy because she hasn't gotten what she truly needs.
What's up, Immortal? What's up, guys? Are you on StreamYard? Well, Kamui, are we on StreamYard?
We are not.
We are not. Sorry about that,
At some point,
Immortal.
we're going to test it out, though.
At some point. Probably whenever next voice actor
yeah, I
comes
was
on.
going to do it last night, but
Oh yeah, that was another thing. Yeah, so Kamui, it's like mid-April. Any updates on you, your schedule, your life, your process, any that time? Since you know, mid-April was like the plan, and it's like currently here in this moment.
I'm assuming I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
And no, dude, I'll update you in like June. just wait till June, okay?
Just wait till June
like,
to get the mid-April update.
Is plenty.
Oh, okay.
Unless you mean the update for the person. If you mean that,
that's what I mean.
Then just whenever.
Whenever.
I don't know which thing you're referring to.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna message them. Yeah, man, just whenever. And then that's just gonna be it. That's gonna be the whole message.
I mean, I'm off next Tuesday.
Okay, that's a time that works. So there you go. All right, that's all I needed. In fact, I should probably just do that now. I mean, if you want to like give your whole friend speech for Ada, then hey, I mean, I'll do this.
Yeah. Oh. Sorry, I was distracted earlier. Is truly happy.
Oh my god, your voice
completely.
changed.
Because it hooked up to my car's speaker automatically. But I don't think Ada has what she truly. Honestly speaking, this is kind of just a little bit of a theory. I'm not gonna say like it's. I kind of just thought of it right now, but I don't think we're gonna. I think we'll know when Ada's truly happy when her love charm goes away. Until then, I don't think she is truly happy. Because when she's truly happy, she won't feel the desire for love and it's not going to manifest as this love charm because she won't desire anything. She will already have all that she ever desired. When the love charm goes away, that's how you know she's truly happy. That's what I think. I'm gonna let me write this down just in case it works for a video topic.
She already has friends though. Guys. She considered Sarada and Sumire her friend.
What'd you say?
She considers Sarada and Sumire her friend.
She might consider them as friends, but I don't think they truly have been full true friends for them. I think Sumire is on the right track, but I don't think Sarada's been on the right track, let's be honest.
Well, it doesn't have to be a friendship. The point is what she thinks it is. In the same way, no reasonable person would say Kakashi and Obito or Naruto and Sasuke were friends, but everyone considers them to be friends.
So the thing is, I'm looking at it from the perspective of what she's receiving, the friendship she's receiving. Ada can put up the narrative mask thinking, oh, they're my friends. She doesn't truly feel deep down that she has true friends. Because remember, even if Ada is kind of sussing them out a little bit, Ada still is like, well, I believe everyone's affected by my charm. It could be a lie, but at least what she's telling us is, I'm a little bit confused, but I do think everyone's under my charm, meaning you're not actually a true friend because you were forced into it. And
no,
because Ada feels that way,
it's not
she doesn't
friendship.
Feel that they're true friends.
It's only romantic. That's a completely different type of relationship in its entirety.
Ada literally, dude, you did not read chapter 76. Ada literally explained how she can't even have ordinary friends because of her charm.
Well, she's just wrong.
That's how she feels. She feels that she can't have ordinary friends because of her charm. I don't care if you think it's wrong. What matters is how she feels. That's the point. Ada does not feel that she has a true friendship or true romance with anyone. She's trying to get it, but she doesn't think she has it. When she does, that's when I think the love charm will go away, because she'll have what she desires.
Nah, bro, it's clearly a narrative mask.
Both, whatever it is.
It's a narrative mask.
I don't care if it's that's fine. That's good. If anything, that's a good thing. If it's a narrative mask. But the point is, hold on. You know she's truly happy and has the true friends and oh my god, this is not freaking whatever.
Rocket science?
Desires. Sorry. Oh my god. Fucking autocorrect, bro. I don't want friended. I want friends. So annoying,
you are
bro.
struggling over here.
I wrote down the note I want to write.
Don't wreck.
Anyway, it can be a narrative mask, and that's good. I think it's good for her character. That's why I'm writing this down, because I think this could actually be a cool video topic about Ada's character. But yeah, I think it's kind of like Mitski, where he thinks he wants something, he's not actually getting what he needs. I mean, there's similarities between them that's literally in this chapter, but I think Ada, above all else, just needs a true friend. And she needs to feel that she has a true friend in maybe the romance too, but I really think the true friend's actually what she really needs. And when she gets what she needs, that's when the love charm will go away. That's what I think.
Well, I think it's more than just Ada.
Because the love charm is still there, I don't think Ada has what she truly needs. And I don't think, well, she might be content. She might feel okay with her situation. She's not truly happy.
I would disagree.
But she still subconsciously desires this charm.
Well, I think she needs more than just a true friend. If anything, it seems to me like she would much rather have romantic love than love of a friend.
See, I think, no, so again, I think in your face, that's what she's saying. That's part of the narrative mask, I think. Where I think Ada herself might not even realize it. The thing for me is, well, there's two things. One is, I feel like Ada broke down the most in chapter 76, when she was just like, she seemed the most upset about the fact that she couldn't even have true friends. Like, I feel like she felt more broken by that than the romance. The romance seemed more like annoyed. The friendship seemed sad. So there's that. The other aspect is, honestly, it's looking at the sun and moon stuff, because you're looking at the eyes. Ada's got the moon eye. She's like Mitski. She's like a moon character. She thinks Kawaki's her son, but realistically, Kawaki is the inverse of a sun. Well, who else has a sun design in her eyes? Sarada Uchiha. And so Sarada needs to be that friend for her. And that's where I'm kind of putting the two together. I think what she needs the most is a true friend. She thinks it's romance, but she needs a friend more than anything else. Now, I mean, the romance is like a good add-on. I don't think there's any problem with it. You know?
Well, no, the thing with the it's more than just Ada, though. Like, everyone should, it's important, I think, for everyone to experience, to some degree, to have every type of relationship, so that you're just not completely void in any part of your life. It's just living a more fulfilled life in general.
I agree. And now you could, obviously, with an actual good romance, a good lover would also be a true friend. But Kawaki, most certainly, I don't care what you have to say, Oodie. You will not change my mind. Kawaki has not been a true friend to Ada. So we can cross
you won't
that one
change
off the
my
list.
mind.
And then you have Boruto. Boruto definitely could be that. And I'm fine if Boruto becomes that. But, I mean, currently he's kind of like out of the village and shit. So it's less practical.
I don't understand.
If he ends up being it,
I don't understand how you can sit there
if you acted like Kawaki with me, we would not be doing this podcast together, okay?
No.
We would not be true friends.
I don't understand how you can sit there and look at Ada and Kawaki's relationship and come to this conclusion, but then you look at Obito and Kakashi, and you look at Sasuke and Naruto, and you come to the exact opposite conclusion.
Because Naruto and Sasuke are not the same. They throw, even you and me, we throw friendly, joking jabs at each other. But we know that we like each other. Kawaki, these are not friendly jabs. He's not teasing Ada. He's genuinely pissed the fuck off at all these people, and he's
not at Ada.
Not nice. Like, it's not even like, it's not the same. Like, this is not the same. And if you think it's the same, I don't know what to tell you, man.
He's in a bad situation, though. It's not Ada's fault. It's not his fault.
It's not even the same as Boruto and Kawaki. Boruto and Kawaki Part 1, especially, like, during the Kawaki arc, that's more like Naruto and Sasuke. You know, they bicker, but they're called, like, they recognize each other as bros. And a lot of bros bicker anyway. But, like, it's like Naruto and Sasuke. Like, you know, it's different from the way him and Ada, it's just not the same. You don't see, even, like, Sasuke and Sakura, especially if you look at the manga, I've seen this, but from what I've read of the manga so far, people like to shit, oh, Sasuke didn't care about Sakura. Complete bullshit. Read the manga, and you can see subtle cues that clearly indicate that Sasuke does, in fact, care about Sakura. That does not exist with Kawaki and Ada. Bro doesn't give a shit about Ada. He doesn't.
Bro, he's literally defending Ada. He's going after the Shinju.
That's not for Ada's sake.
Okay.
Ada
going after Itachi.
They were after Ada's life. All he did was focus on the fact that they're after Naruto. Bro didn't even care that they're after Ada.
Sasuke going after Itachi benefits Sakura. Itachi is a threat. Itachi is a threat to Sakura.
But it wasn't for Sakura.
It's partly for her. Yes, it is.
It doesn't matter if it's mutual. It doesn't matter if it has a mutual benefit. Sasuke wasn't doing it for Sakura. He wasn't doing it for Naruto. He was doing it for himself.
It was partially for everyone. Because you look at his exit.
No.
It was killing him to leave Sakura. He wanted to go with a partner.
In the Search for Tsunade arc, when Itachi showed up, I will say yes, Sasuke did have Naruto on his mind, because he's like, they're after Naruto. After that point, up until Itachi's death, it was for Sasuke. He didn't care about killing Itachi for Naruto's sake. He didn't care about killing Itachi for Sakura's sake. It was for his own sake. And Sasuke himself would tell you that. It did not have anything to do with anyone else. It was for himself, because that's what he needed in his mind. That's what he thought he needed anyway.
But again, you're looking at what did happen versus what would happen. So hypothetically, if Itachi just was after Sakura, Sasuke would have the exact same reaction. If Ada didn't say the Shinju were after Naruto...
Exactly. It would be identical. It wouldn't be more of a reaction. It wouldn't be less. It would be the same.
That's what I'm saying.
The Sakura part is irrelevant.
Okay, and if Ada told...
is irrelevant to that equation.
If Ada told Kawaki, just didn't mention Naruto, if Ada just like, yeah, their target's me, Kawaki would have pretty much the same reaction.
No, he wouldn't. No. In that case, he would have almost no reaction. But if Ada said they're after Naruto and ignored herself, it would be identical.
Bro, he wouldn't just not care.
They're after Ada.
That's absolute nonsense.
Yeah, he would. He doesn't give a shit about Ada and Damon.
That's so wrong. That's so wrong.
Every other sentence.
Okay, I don't care about Damon. It's about Ada.
Oh, that's a lie. You care more about Damon than anything else in the world.
I mean, in terms of this conversation, you cannot use that against me. That does not count.
No, as you've said in the past, you lump Ada and Damon together. If it applies to Ada, it applies to Damon. Applies to Damon.
Bro,
applies
stop
to Ada.
pretending like Kawaki wouldn't defend Ada. You think he would just let the Shinju eat Ada? Like, he just wouldn't care. He just wouldn't care. When he's out there literally protecting random civilians that he doesn't know, who the civilians went out of their way to specifically hate him, and he's out there defending them from the clawgrams that want to eat him.
Two things. One, we're going to explain this from two different perspectives, but Kawaki would kill the Shinju, not because of Ada, but because, in his mind, they're basically at Sasuke. Of course he's going to kill them. Second, when it comes to the villagers, he's doing that because of Naruto. Naruto cares about them. That's why he's protecting them. In terms of Ada, she would be no different than Nishi or some other random villager. It's just, if Naruto cared, he would protect him. Not because he personally cares about Ada, but because he thinks, oh, Naruto would have cared. That would be a reason for him to do that. And of course, like I said, as far as the claw grime in the Shinju go, that's a Sasuke in his mind, the extension of the code and so on. He's treating them as a Sasuke. He wants them dead regardless.
Dude, Kawaki isn't a literal blood-killing, like, psychopath. He's not the embodiment of the devil himself. Like, Kawaki it's still a human being.
Never said
He's
that.
like a freaking, like a dog on defense, okay? He is a nice, kind, good-spirited child.
That's kind of cap, but...
Bro, he has empathy.
He has the potential.
Look at when, like,
He
his
does,
first
but
mission. His first mission where that kid died in the anime. Freaking cried at his grave. Like, the fact that he went to go visit his grave. He cares!
In the anime
he cares
manga,
about people in general.
To some extent, see, part of this depends on you looking at the anime, absolutely. You look at the manga, not really, but either way, we're gonna look at current Kawaki, and current Kawaki doesn't. I'm sorry, Oodie, he doesn't give a shit about Ada more than anyone else. There
was nothing special about Naruto or Boruto or Himawari that made Kawaki like them. The fact that, like, Kawaki could have attached onto anyone.
That is the most ridiculous. I can't believe you just said that. There was nothing special about Naruto that made Kawaki like him. That is the dumbest thing you've ever said.
You're ridiculous.
Naruto is the first person to show Kawaki genuine love instead of using him. You don't think that was
And how does that make Naruto special? Anyone could do that. And then Kawaki would love anyone else just as much as he loves Naruto.
You're right.
You just have to fill in that position.
But nobody else.
Kawaki doesn't love Naruto. He loves that position. He loves whoever that would have been.
No. Anyone else could have done that, but nobody else did do that. And that's what matters.
That's not the point. No, that's not what matters. What matters is, yes,
it does.
That is what matters, is that anyone else could have done that.
But nobody else, Jigen could have done it.
Yeah, anyone else could have filled that role. Okay, so Kawaki could have loved anyone else as much as Naruto. Kawaki can love anyone else as much as Naruto. Even now.
Are you stupid, bro? This is so stupid. Anyone else could do it, but nobody else did do it. That's why he only loves Naruto, because he's the one who fucking did it.
But anyone else can do it now.
That's also important. But nobody else is doing it now.
Okay, then everyone else is the evil one, not Kawaki.
That's fine. That doesn't have anything to do with what I'm getting at. I'm not calling him evil.
Okay, then everyone in Naruto is evil. Madara was right.
No, just stop being stupid about this shit. Like,
you know what I meant. You know what I meant when I said there's nothing special about Naruto. I mean, he doesn't have like an ability or something that separates him from everyone else. Literally.
That's what makes it special. It's you're right. He doesn't have a love charm ability. That's why it matters.
Yes, and Kawaki, look at how much love Kawaki has. It doesn't matter if it's for Naruto. The fact is, Kawaki has that love in general. For a human, for someone other than himself. He was able to develop that.
That doesn't have anything to do with what I'm talking about.
That was a natural thing with Kawaki. But it's not centered around that one person. It's centered around the concept of him.
That doesn't make it better.
Why?
That makes it worse.
Why?
Because that concept doesn't apply to Ada.
So he can intensely love someone that much. But that just doesn't matter for everyone else. Considering it can apply to anyone.
Yeah, it could, but it doesn't.
It doesn't matter. We're not talking about if it does or doesn't. We're talking about the hypothetical, the concept of it. Yes, it matters.
No, we're not. I'm talking about what is, not what could be, because what is what's important to the discussion.
No, because you don't know what's going to happen in the future. So what is doesn't matter for the future.
I don't know what's going to happen in the future in reference to what?
In general. What is isn't the future. What is now is not what's going to be.
We're not talking about what's going to be. We're talking about what is right now.
Oh, God.
You mean, oh my God, this discussion wasn't about the future. Like, this particular discussion is just about what is the case.
The point is that Kawaki has basic human emotions. Empathy, sympathy, pity, happiness, sadness.
Nobody said he didn't. This is why this argument's stupid.
He expresses
Nobody said he
them all.
didn't have these things. Also, I'm home and I'm going to switch headphones and everything. We could probably go to the stage if you want.
Okay. Well, chat, how we doing tonight?
All right.
Wow,
do you want to go to the
so
stage or stay in here?
Yeah, let's go stage. And hopefully it actually works now.
All right. Well,
Okay.
here I am.
Well, here you are. All right. Pretty good. That's so much better. I can't believe it.
Anyway, and I've kind of had enough of this conversation, not gonna lie. What were we talking about before?
Oh my God. Were we talking about anything before?
All right. So anyway, the point is, overall, I think Ada can be content, but I don't think she's truly happy. I really think the love charm is a good indication of this. The fact that she still has this desire for more, subconsciously anyway, than she has, kind of just I just feel like she doesn't feel like she's truly got what she wants. If she did, I don't think the charm would be there anymore.
But here's the thing with getting what you truly want. Kamui, I'm sure you know, because in your real life, you complete goals, end goals even. Once you get that, what's next? There's always still something next because you're still alive, and so you can fall into like a pit of boredom. You don't just lose everything else that you desire or your habits.
Setting goals and challenges and stuff like that, in some cases is relevant. In some cases, it's a little bit different because when it comes to humans craving conflict doesn't need to be between other people. That could be in the form of just a challenge for yourself to continue to improve yourself. But that's different from that doesn't mean you're not truly happy. If I have like the woman of my dreams, I have a wonderful family, I have the best job in the world, I'm just absolutely killing it in the gym, and I set next week my goal for, I don't know, a new squat PR. If I don't hit it, that doesn't mean I'm not truly happy. Like, I am truly happy. It does not matter at that point. It's a goal. I didn't hit it. I might be a little bit bummed, but it's not like, that's not influencing when you talk about like just truly being happy. I don't mean that you obviously you can have a little bit of an up and down on a day-to-day basis. Oh man, I slipped and fell on the road. Ow, that hurt. I'm a little bit upset. That doesn't mean I'm not truly happy overall. That's different from like a situation where you just feel content, but you know your heart just wants more of something. I don't know how to word this specifically, but like in Ada's case, like regardless if it's a true boyfriend or a true friend or what, it doesn't really matter. If she doesn't feel like she has that now and she truly wants it, like she really is like, I truly want this, and she doesn't have it or she doesn't think she has it, I'm not going to sit here and say she's truly happy. She might be content. That doesn't mean she's depressed, but it doesn't mean she's truly happy because she really wants this thing like from the bottom of her heart, and she doesn't have it, or she doesn't think she has it.
Doesn't seem like she's actively pursuing it any further either, though. Like, it doesn't seem like she's
because I
trying
don't
to get
no, but here's
closer
the
to
that's the thing.
Kawaki.
But that's the
Sakura
point.
was.
Ada doesn't no, but that's the point. Ada doesn't want to chase it down. She wants it to just naturally come to her. That's why she hates the charm, because it unnaturally comes to her. She wants the natural love to come her way. She doesn't want to force it with Kawaki. Like, yeah, she tried to meet Kawaki because you know, gotta put a little bit of effort to at least meet the guy, you know, so Kawaki knows who she is. But like, she more or less just wants Kawaki to be like, you know what, Ada, you're a fucking great girl. I love you. That's what she wants. She doesn't want to trick Kawaki into loving her. She just wants to be there and be loved. Right, and the same with friends. She doesn't want to trick Sarah and Simran into being her friend. She just wants them to be her friend. That's why she's not going to put this crazy effort into it, because if it required that much freaking work, it's like, kind of like, that's not really what she wants. It's like with a friend, like, you shouldn't feel like you have to put in endless work just to be someone's friend. It should just click on its own. It should just be natural. Yeah, I don't feel like I have to put in. I don't. All right, maybe I shouldn't say this, but like with you and me, at least, I don't feel like I have to put in work to be your friend. Unlike, you know, it doesn't feel like I have to try. It just is. There's no effort to it, and that's why it works. But if you're like, it's like Jesus Christ, like you putting balls to the wall, putting all this effort in just to get them to say hi back, you know, it's like, okay, that's not what you wanted, and that's not what Ada wants. That's why she's not going to bother. Then she understands it, and good for her, because if she was desperately trying, I feel even more sorry. It'd be sadder, but at least she recognizes that, I feel like, and good for her.
Oh
And
my
she just
gosh.
wants to let it happen.
You talk too much.
And
There's too many
ultimately, it's not like
things
she
I
has a
want to
whole
say.
lot of choice. There's only so much she can do because she has this charm, so she really needs the freaking immune people to come her way.
So, side note,
So,
this is
yeah.
really funny. So, Daniel Thrasher, I don't know if you know him, he's like a YouTuber, but he uploaded a video. Rip Loca. He uploaded a video about like I think I posted in chat. Did I? Yeah. When your back hurts from carrying a conversation, and I think for both of us in particular, it's gonna be the most relatable thing of all time. I've already seen it; it's so hilarious. But like, I just feel like this applies to
I
us
haven't watched
tenfold.
it, but
I'm sure, yeah, so good. I feel like this is a problem we have a lot.
Yeah.
Okay, so going back to Ada. Oh my god, there's still so much I want to say, so I'm sorry, but I don't want to move on yet. So, okay, where do I want to freaking start with this? Because of 20 things I want to cover from the 20 things that you said in a row. Jesus. So the thing with being truly happy. So hypothetically, let's just assume right now. I disagree, but let's just assume, for the sake of the discussion right now, that to be truly happy, Ada just needs a true friend. She needs to feel like she has a true friend. Okay, we're just gonna assume that right now. Assuming
you can lump in a true, you can lump in true romance if you want. Like I'm just saying what I think there. It doesn't. I don't think that's too relevant, because either way, I don't think Kawaki's being either of the two. But whatever, just continue.
Well, the point of this is specifically not to lump in the true romance. So it's to go balls to the walls with your theory to where it's absolutely 100% only the true friend aspect. She doesn't need a relationship at all. Okay. So the thing with this is that she still wants a relationship, like she still desires it. So hypothetically, Sarah's just next chapter comes clean to Ada and just is her true friend, and Ada feels that way. She's like, oh my god, Sarah is completely 100% actually my true friend. She just feels that way. She still wants Kawaki to be her boyfriend. Like, that doesn't go away just because she gets what she truly wants. Yeah, she's truly happy. That doesn't mean she still doesn't want other things.
But yeah. Like again, like going back to like the true happiness, like if you feel like you just truly gotten like the most important thing in the world too in your life, doesn't mean you might not want, like, I don't know, a cheeseburger the next day. Like you can still have the want. Like, it's fine. That doesn't mean you're not truly happy though. Like and truly happy, to be fair, is such a vague, generic thing to say. And it's not like you can scale it. You can't quantify it. It's just, I don't even know.
Well, here's
it's
the
a
thing,
hard thing to like
Kawaki,
really like just say.
Here's the thing, Kamui, is that you're gonna hate this as a nihilistic Madara worldview, but I don't need. Truly happy isn't like a permanent thing anyway, so there's not really such a thing as truly happy as you define it. Like, there's no happy after, happy ever after. Like, life itself is a struggle, it's a battle, it's like addiction. There's no overcoming it. You don't just get clear of addiction forever to where it's no longer a problem. No, it's a daily struggle to where every day for the rest of your life you have to wake up and battle.
That's not what I mean. I'm not saying that the struggles and everything goes away. That's not what I mean.
It's about overcoming
it's
obstacles.
To say, it's more when I say like truly happy versus content is. I mean, like the best. Even this isn't really gonna be a good example, like honestly speaking, but just the first thing that came to mind. I feel like it's the difference between being okay with walking into work. You don't have any problem. You're fine. A couple smiles here and there versus like I using myself as an example, like versus like when I'm really happy and I'm coming to the work and I'm screaming and shouting, I'm having the time of my life. Like I feel like again, it's not necessarily the best example, but like the point is the difference between walking in, popping a smile here and there, to just being like out of your mind happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I know true happiness, quote unquote, is like a bad word to use, but like it's just to give you a sense of the idea of when you got like just like the main thing you want. I don't know, like the main thing you need, like I don't know, but either way, when it comes to Ada, I feel like you know when she's primarily got what she wanted when the love charm goes away. Okay, regardless of which thing it is.
I think the way I think of truly happy is at the end of the day, you know that person's gonna be okay. They'll be all right on their own, whatever. At the end of it, they'll come out on top, no matter what struggles they may go through, blah, blah, blah. That's truly happy. That's the end goal. That's where you can leave a character in a TV show or movie knowing everything's going to be all right, no matter what comes to them. Because you know, in the future, there's going to be more obstacles. There's humans. They're going to make more mistakes.
Being okay sounds to me different from being happy. Like, I feel like being okay is not the same as being happy.
It's about a reliability thing. You trust in that character that they'll be able to handle whatever that comes their way, because you know inevitably something will, because that's just life. They'll be able to handle life. They can tackle life. You know that now. At the beginning of the story, they couldn't do that because they weren't truly happy. They didn't have what they needed. But now they have what they need. They're able to learn on their own. They're able to overcome. They have tenacity, willpower, the desire to move forwards. They're independent in that way. A fully fledged ninja.
All that I think would apply to Ada. I don't think she's there, and I think that when the love charm goes away, that's how you know when she is there.
So okay, this gets to the next thing.
It's the easiest character to see it with, because she's got this ability that just makes it clear to you, like that, like I don't like it's perfect for. It's a great example of moving on. She's finally moving on from the past now because she doesn't have this past thing that's haunting her, this desire for love that she hasn't gotten. Like, she's moved on. She's happy. She doesn't need this anymore. The past is beyond her.
That's
like,
not
I don't know. Like,
the
I feel like it's
case
such a good indication.
Ada can get over her love charm. She can deactivate it, but as far as we're aware, she can't remove her Shibai cells. So it has to be, we have to end the story with knowing that Ada will be okay. She'll never find a situation to where she activates her omnipotence again in the future. She can, but she won't.
When that happens, she could. Yeah, you're right. It would be theoretically possible, but you know she won't, because she has the thing she truly desired. She actually has it now. That's why she's not continually desiring it.
That's what these things are.
And again, whether it's the romance or the friendship doesn't really matter for this, but I'm just saying that's how you know that she's got what she wants when the love charm goes away and it's not going to come back.
It's part of the.
You agree with that part.
Yeah, it's part of the individualistic experience. It's the human experience. Ada is human. It's a part of her. It will always be a part of her, even if she's truly happy. That's always going to be something in the back of her mind that she knows exists. Just like Sasuke after Shippuden. In the novels, Sasuke himself is still struggling with all these doubts, all these intrusive thoughts that he knows will always be a part of him. It's not something he can just get over.
But he can.
Ever.
But even then,
But he
at
can
least
deal
as
with
long
them.
as Naruto's there for him, he can rest easy because he knows that it doesn't matter because Naruto will be there and Naruto will stop him. He believes that to the bottom of his heart, and that's why he knows he can walk forward just fine. In Ada's case, she can have her doubts, but it doesn't really matter which one you want to pick, whether Kawaki's being a good boyfriend, Sarada's being her friend, or whatever, because she has that thing she knows she has. She could say, I never will know for sure if I'll accidentally cause the world to charm me again, but because I have Sarada or a Sumire or Kawaki or Boruto or freaking Shikamaru, I know I'll be okay. That's basically what we want Ada to get to.
So I don't
whether
think
she
the
will
Sasuke thing is fully
get there or
true.
not, but
I see what you're saying with the Sasuke thing. I agree mostly, but I don't think he believes it to the bottom of his heart. I think he just believes it. Because at the end of Shippuden, Sasuke himself comes to Naruto. Like, Naruto doesn't bring up, like, Sasuke brings up, it's like, okay, well, Naruto, what are you going to do if I stand up against you again? So Sasuke admits it's a possibility. It's a reality. An answer that I don't think Sasuke would fully accept.
I'll beat your ass again.
Yeah.
And Sasuke was happy with that answer.
I don't think Sasuke's truly content with that answer. Because if Naruto just can't do that in the future, then it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but Sasuke believes he can.
Well, but
Sasuke
that's not
him to.
That's not logical, and Sasuke is logical. He again, he can believe it.
It doesn't
but
need to be logical.
If Sasuke
believing in Sarada Sasuke believing Sarada in chapter 80 was not logical. It doesn't matter if it's logical. What matters is what he trusts.
There's parts past Shippuden.
Naruto.
Oh God, there's times in Shippuden where I'm sure you would agree, Sasuke just is stronger than Naruto. Like in Naruto the Last, I would say Sasuke is stronger than Naruto there. If they fought, Sasuke would just win.
Why? Why do you think? Why? Because he destroyed a meteor.
Yeah, because he destroyed a meteor.
To prove anything?
It's clearly stated in the data book that he's
that
Kakashi's strongest student.
Bro, Naruto's barely Kakashi's student.
What do you mean in Team 7? What do you mean? Crazy.
But jokes aside,
the point is, if Sasuke is stronger than Naruto, Sasuke can acknowledge that. Plus, they still have their rivalry. Like, that doesn't just go away. Even after, like, the very final thing Sasuke says to Naruto in the bounds of the story, it's like, you're a loser, or whatever. Like, shut up, loser. Like, that doesn't go away.
Fine, but again, even if they have a rivalry, Sasuke, wants to one-up Naruto and stuff, he still trusts that. To some extent, it's almost like Sasuke trusts that even if he's stronger than Naruto, Naruto will still beat him.
But even in the Shippuden epilogue, they're like, until our next battle, then, when he's handing over the headband.
Exactly, again, but even that, but that's the thing. Sasuke he wants to, one-up Naruto. That he is his rival, and he wants to be his rival. But he still trusts that even if Sasuke is stronger, Naruto will beat him. That's basically how Sasuke views it.
That's not realistic.
You can say
Sasuke wouldn't believe that.
That's fine. But all that matters is how Sasuke feels about it.
I think that's out of character for Sasuke.
Sasuke comfortable, that's fine. That's all that matters.
I think that's out of character for Sasuke, though.
How is that out of character? It's
because
Sasuke
is realistic.
Sasuke is one of the most trusting people in the world now. If that wasn't clear in Boruto series, trust Naruto to do everything. Trust Boruto to do all these crazy things. Trust Sarada to the bottom. Sasuke's just a truster now.
Sasuke knows Naruto can fail. Okay, so at the beginning of Shippuden, where Naruto's like, "Oh, I'll keep going even if you take off my arms, even if you take off my legs, even if I'm just ahead, I'll bite Sasuke back to the village."
Sasuke wasn't listening to that.
That's not my point. The point is, would that happen? No. Naruto would have died. No, Naruto wouldn't have bitten Sasuke back to the village if he was just dead. He would have been dead.
Prove that.
Shut up.
Prove it. Prove he can. Have seen what he can do with his chin?
You know what? No wonder you have this stance. It's starting to. I'm clicking the dots together now. It's really, really coming together. Making a lot more sense now.
The problem is you're focusing on the logical aspect of, well, theoretically, Naruto could fail. That doesn't matter because what matters
Sasuke
is
knows
how
it.
Sasuke
He's seen Naruto fail.
It's the same with Ada. What matters is how they view it. We're talking about the character's perspective. We're not talking about the logic of whether they should think that way. We're talking about whether they do think that way.
But again, you
and
can
if they do
believe
think that way, that's what matters.
You can believe something to be the case, but that doesn't mean you know it. The possibility still exists for the other thing to happen, and you can acknowledge that.
But that's fine. That's fine. Sasuke doesn't know
exactly.
that Naruto will beat him. But he believes Naruto will, and that's why he's fine.
That's fine, but again, if Sasuke's stronger, he would acknowledge that he's stronger than Naruto at any given moment.
But he would still believe that Naruto would win.
I don't think that's realistic.
Because Sasuke thought he was stronger than him in the final fight, and he absorbed all these chakra from the Biju, and he's just like, yeah, bro, like, you ain't stand a chance against me, and he still lost. And he's just like, God damn it, okay, I can't beat you.
Okay, well, Sasuke also believed he could have beaten Itachi, and we've already talked about how that doesn't make sense.
Mm-hmm. Sasuke can believe it. Sasuke's beliefs are pretty strong, man. I'm just saying.
God.
Getting back to Ada, though.
Wait. No. So the other aspect with Sasuke, though, is regardless of that. Regardless of that, though.
You're the problem now.
Hang on, no. But in the novel, Sasuke's struggling with, well, what if someone takes away these love things? What if someone else, when I'm not there, kills Sakura or Sarada, takes away his family? He would plunge back into that darkness again. He doesn't know if that would happen or not. He's scared of himself because he thinks it would.
Yeah, and that's why Naruto's his reassurance.
Well, he lumps Naruto in with his family in that case. Naruto isn't immortal.
And the thing
Naruto isn't immune to death.
That's the thing that scares him most, is losing Naruto.
Okay.
Because if he loses Naruto, it's like, what is he going to do?
Well, if he's having all these doubts about Naruto dying, sounds like he doesn't believe Naruto can stop him. Full-heartedly.
No, he doesn't have doubts of... No, it's not that he has doubts about... He's not have doubts that he's going to kill Naruto. It's doubts of, like, what if Naruto dies of old age, or he has a heart attack, or Ishiki kills him? Like,
yeah,
he's not worried about himself.
But exactly, if Naruto dies, there's nothing stopping Sasuke, and Sasuke doesn't know what's going to happen then. The fact that he's doubting that at all tells us that he doesn't full-heartedly believes it, even if he believes it generally. Which is my contention with that.
In fact, those are two different things. If anything, it displays that he believes it, because the thing he's worried about is Naruto dying, because if Naruto dies, he loses the thing that's going to keep him from going down the wrong path. That's how you know he believes in Naruto, because if Naruto's gone, he's scared of what will happen.
Okay, just hear me out. In the Polar Express, you have to believe in order to, like, see the train, get on the train, ride the train, hear the bell, see Santa at the Polar Express, at North Pole, whatever, blah, blah, blah. The main character, his whole arc is about continuing to believe. Throughout the whole movie, he's unsure, meaning he doesn't full-heartedly believe. He believes enough to still exist and be relevant with the plot, but the journey is about actually, truly, full-heartedly believing in the end. The whole movie, he's reluctant, he's skeptical, he's realistic.
Yeah.
Okay, same with Sasuke.
No, see, the problem is...
Sasuke's riding the Polar Express, but he's not at the North Pole yet.
What Sasuke... No, but the problem is, what you're saying Sasuke has doubts about isn't what I'm saying he's confident about. He has doubts about what will happen if Naruto's dead. But that's the point. If Naruto's dead, when Naruto's alive, he knows what will happen. Naruto stops him. He's good. But if Naruto's dead, then what does he do? That's why he's worried, because he doesn't have an answer. He doesn't know what would happen. That's what scares him.
Okay, but then that goes against Naruto's answer.
That while Naruto's alive,
his full-hearted answer that he truly believes in of, well, Naruto, what's gonna happen if I go evil again? Well, if Naruto's dead, then no, Naruto's not gonna stop him again. There's ways around it. So what's going to happen? Like, that's not necessarily going to happen. No, Naruto isn't necessarily going to stop him if he's dead.
Yeah, if
he acknowledges that possibility. So no, Sasuke can't full-heartedly believe it.
That's not what I'm talking about. No, that's two different things. He wholeheartedly believes that if Naruto is alive, Naruto will stop him. That doesn't change.
Well, yeah, but he doesn't know if Naruto's gonna live. The point is, he doesn't know if in the future Sasuke goes evil, if Naruto will be able to stop him, because he doesn't know if Naruto's gonna be alive or not. He can't full-heartedly believe that, because he doesn't know.
Yeah, but that's different from... Yeah, but that's like not the same thing. Like,
but that was Naruto's answer, is that Naruto will stop him. Not that, oh, I believe in you, Sasuke, that you won't go down that path, or anything like that. Naruto's answer was, if Sasuke goes evil, the one thing that will stop Sasuke from destroying the world is Naruto. If Naruto's not there, that one answer that Naruto had doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. But here's an in-character thing for Naruto to believe in. Well, just like he says, until the day I become Hokage, there's no way I'm ever gonna die. So as long as you're alive, Sasuke, I won't die for your sake.
But Naruto's
That'd be like an in-character thing for Naruto to say, and I could see Sasuke feeling reassured by that.
But here's the thing. No, because Naruto is not Sasuke. That's the difference here. So we're looking at in character. I think it is out of character
but I can still
for
see that
Sasuke to full-heartedly
Sasuke
believe that.
having...
I'm fine with other characters full-heartedly believing it. I'm fine with Naruto full-heartedly believing it. I'm saying it would be bad writing. It would be out of character for Sasuke, as we've seen him consistently, to full-heartedly believe that. Especially based on what we've got.
I mean, that's fine. But the general point, though, my only general point is that as long as Naruto's alive, Sasuke believes Naruto will stop him. That's really all my point is. It doesn't need to extend past that.
Okay. Anyways, okay, so boom back to Ada. What were you saying?
That, just like Sasuke, as long as... I'm just going to use Sarada and Sumire for now, whether you like it or not. As long as she has her true friends, that she believes are true friends of Sarada and Sumire, whatever the fuck she truly needs... Ow, I bit my gum. Anyway, as long as she has whatever she thinks she truly needs, she'll be fine. She'll feel fine. Yeah, if freaking Sumire dies, oh no, Ada might have the love charm back. She might wrestle with that doubt. But as long as she's alive, she knows she's good. It would be a similar case for kind of like Sasuke and Naruto in that sense. And the love charm would go away and would stay away. As long as she has that thing she needed. Sasuke has what he needs right now. He's got Naruto, he's got Sakura, he's got his daughter Sarada. If he were to lose those things, he wonders what would happen to him. But as long as he has those things, he's good. The same would go for Ada.
Okay.
I don't remember the context behind this anymore. Because we derailed so much.
So... listen, at the end of the day, I'm on the side of love, so I'm on the side of Ada, because Ada is on the side of love. And love is positive and happy, and it overcomes all. It overcomes all evil and hatred and badness and negativity, and it's bright. It's sunshine. It's believing. It's warmth. So I'm on the good side here, and you're on the yang side, Kamui. You're on the Sasuke side.
I'm not on the yang. I'm not on any side. Like... All I'm saying is Ada doesn't have what she truly needs.
Because you just think...
That's why her charm still exists.
You just think that Kawaki's this genocidal maniac who's never gonna be good ever.
Kawaki's being some angel to everyone for some fucking reason. Like, you act like Kawaki's over here giving Ada smooches, buying her cake, making her breakfast, doing all this shit when he's not. Bro's telling her to go the fuck away. He's looking at Mitski and he's like, stop sucking my dick and go away. And you're like, oh, he's such a great friend.
You're overgeneralizing, though, as a freaking Boruto hater. It's the same thing that Naruto haters say about Sasuke, though. That he's just an emo goth kid.
Mitski a pervert, bro.
Bro, Sasuke's not an emo goth kid. Okay, you know how I know that Kawaki's actually good? Because he, on his own, decided to continue building Himawari's vase back up. Boruto stopped talking to him about it. He decided to do it because he thought it was the right thing to do.
This is what you keep strawmanning this. I'm not saying Kawaki's evil. I'm saying he has not been a good friend to Mitski or Ada.
I don't blame him. I wouldn't be a good friend to Mitski or Ada either. Based on how they're treating Kawaki.
Okay.
They're not being friendly to him.
Okay. I wouldn't say that Ada and Mitski have been unfriendly to Kawaki by any means, but anyway, that's besides the point. The point is, even if that is the case, they're not being friends. They're not. If Ada is treating Kawaki like shit, I don't care. They're still not being friends in that case, which is my point. Not being romance, not being friends. And I don't care how good of a person Kawaki truly is. I'm just saying he and Ada have not been good friends or good lovers, and that's it.
Well, Kawaki's clearly to some degree content with where he is too, in the same way Sasuke was content staying in the village until he left for Orochimaru, because Kawaki's goal is to leave the dimension to go kill the Otsutsuki. What is he could live anywhere, he could be doing anything, he'd be training all day long. Instead he's living with Ada for years. He's content doing it. He hasn't gotten stronger.
Okay, I'm sorry. To some extent, I agree with what you're saying, but the way you made that sound is absolutely absurd. You made it sound like it's like he's choosing to live with Ada instead of doing all these things. That's not what's happening there. Okay, bro. That's not what it is.
But it's the same as what Sasuke explains at the very end of Shippuden with his monologue, that he saw Team 7 as a family, even if he didn't want to admit it. In fact, that's why he left in the first place, because he knew that he wasn't getting stronger there, because he was afraid that he was going to lose his hatred for Itachi, because he was just being filled with love from Team 7. He was afraid he was going to lose what he was clasping onto so tightly, that cold, wet blanket of his. But, it was the only thing he had. He was scared of letting it go.
But there's no indication that Kawaki views Ada as his family.
Just living with him.
That way about Himawari, Boruto, and so on. But there's zero indication that he views Ada that way.
But exactly, he's being only selfless because, of course, he would like for Himawari to call him brother in like a good way. That wouldn't annoy him under normal circumstances. In the same way, he would want to save the villagers regardless.
Because he knows what he's done.
Exactly. It's the guilt, the shame, the resentment for himself. He hates himself.
But that applies for Himawari. That applies towards Himawari, but that has nothing to do with Ada.
Okay, that's an outward reflection then. That's not just Kawaki being a jerk for the sake of being a jerk. He's not just mean-spirited for no reason.
Nobody said he was! You're making me annoyed because you're strawmanning the absolute fuck out of me right now. Because I made this so fucking clear that I am not saying Kawaki is the fucking devil. And it's pissing me off at this point because you keep doing it.
Okay.
All I'm saying is that he, regardless of why, regardless if it's guilt, regardless if it's shame, regardless if he fucking pooped his pants, I don't care. He hasn't been a good friend to Ada. That is all I'm saying. That is clearly in the story. You can't deny that. It doesn't matter why. I'm talking about what is. That's it.
Okay, and I would not say that
Itachi thinks I'm not.
And Itachi wasn't being a good brother to Sasuke, and it's no wonder Sasuke hated him. I don't blame Sasuke for that. Sasuke isn't a bad character or a bad guy for that. Sasuke was justified in his hatred.
What are you referring to?
When he genocided his clan, but even beforehand, when he's going out on missions and just not training Sasuke, basically.
He wasn't being, nobody said Itachi was being a good brother when he was ignoring him or massacring the clan and pretending to be a bad brother. They're saying he was a good brother before then. Because he was a good brother until
I don't think so.
All the clan shenanigans started. That's
Hot boy,
Itachi just genuinely wasn't being. He wanted to be a good brother. He had all the right feelings for his brother, but he wasn't there, and he acknowledges that when he's in Edo Tensei. He's like, "Yeah, I did all these things that I shouldn't have done. I pushed you away. I made all these mistakes, and now I realize if I had just done things differently, maybe this could have turned out better." Yeah,
it's the same with Fugaku, though. There's a natural level to where a kid is going to love their parent no matter what from birth, because they just are almost like propaganda. They're almost gaslit into just naturally loving their parents. But then, like, you just look at the objective reality. Well, did this person earn my love, or do I just love them because they're my parent? What did Fugaku do to Sasuke outside of just his basic general duties, responsibilities as a parent to just raise his child, just like provide him shelter and food and like let him go to the academy? Fugaku was just a bad parent outside of just the most basic expectations of him as a parent.
Is there anyone in the world who is praising Fugaku as being like the best parent?
I'm comparing him to Itachi, though, because Fugaku would have the same regrets, mistakes, resentment for himself. Put Fugaku in Itachi's situation, he has the same end speech. Like, I should have been there for you, Sasuke. I'm sorry that I was a bad
what is your point?
Relative to you in this case.
What is your point with that?
That they were bad and that Sasuke was justified in hating them because they themselves admit it. The only difference here is that Ada and Ada and Mitski haven't admitted it yet. On screen, at least. But Mitski kind of has. Because Mitsuki's like, man, I really should just be focusing on myself instead of, like, my son or whatever. Like, Mitsuki's admitting he's been making a mistake the past 3 years, basically.
Yeah, that serves my point. Kawaki hasn't been a son to him, and he realizes that now. Good on Mitski.
No. The point isn't Kawaki. The point is that even if it was Boruto, he shouldn't have been idealizing Boruto, regardless of omnipotence. Before omnipotence.
Either way, I agree.
Okay, that's been his mistake. Boruto and Kawaki are a victim of Mitsuki's mistake. In the same way Sasuke is a victim of Itachi and Fugaku's mistake. Sasuke was justified because of that. Boruto is not a victim
of Mitsuki's mistake. Boruto is not a victim of Mitsuki's mistake. He was not victimized in any way.
He may not feel like it, but he was.
No, he wasn't.
He was just willing to accept it. Kawaki wasn't.
Boruto had zero yeah, Boruto is totally happy doing that, though. That's the like Boruto. It's like, I don't know, just like if someone I like asks me for help at work, and I like them, like whatever, like it's a friend or whatever, it doesn't really matter. The point is I enjoy their presence. I am happy to help them. But like,
that's not a mistake.
If it's the fucking bitch at work, no, I'm fucking throw the plate in her face. I'm not helping you. You suck.
Okay, so Kamui, like, hypothetically, you just get a psychopath who just loves war. If you send them into the Vietnam War, and they just come back as a war veteran, they're still a victim of war. They still suffered the tragedy of having to go through it, even if they loved it. It's the same as anyone else that would have hated it. They went through the same thing, is the point, which is the mistake, which in this case is war.
But no, but it's not. It's different though, because it's not a tragedy to be fucking friends with Mitski. Like, how
it's not friends though. Mitski was obsessive to him, stalking him, addicted with him, had his photos.
No, not Boruto. Go back to chapter like 11.
That's how we were introduced to Mitski.
In fact, they almost retconned Mitski to an extent, to be honest, because of this. Let me go find the chapter for you.
Well, in the anime, he has Boruto's picture in his room.
At the beginning of the hour.
But literally, the first time we see Mitski is just him finding Boruto's picture. Like, basically, Mitsuki's introduction to Boruto, the character, was basically just saying, hey, Boruto, you're my son, even though I don't know you, and you're a stranger, and you don't know me, and I'm a stranger. Hey, you're my son, by the way. That confused him. I don't care if it was a positive or negative emotion, he still had to go through it. He endured that trauma, even if he was desensitized to it.
Sorry, I wasn't listening because
I don't care, whatever.
I'm trying to find something, and this is kind of weird, actually. Hold on, this is getting really confusing. Did they trying to find this? There's a chapter, okay, because there's a chapter when Mitski says like, oh, you're not gonna go, I guess I won't go either. Oh, that's probably what you expected me to say, right? Well, I'm actually going to go anyway because that's what I want to do. I'm trying to figure out what that was because it wasn't the out arc one. So that means it's either Mujina Bandits or the tuning exams, which is weird for him to have gotten over that aspect of following Boruto to retroactively going back to like, I'll do whatever you do. I'm trying to find this because I'm just confused now. This doesn't make sense. Hold on. This is weird.
So, Kamui,
I'm sorry.
I'm sure you agree, there's like a yin and yang to all things, a push and pull, a light and the dark. So, it's the act that matters, not like the offer in this case. So, like at work, you would help the kind person because you'd be happy to help the kind person. That's great because you're helping the kind person. But you wouldn't help the mean person because they're mean. The point is the act itself. Let's say the thing is raking. The person's asking you rake. You would kindly help the nice person rake, but you wouldn't help the mean person rake. But it's not the act of helping the person, it's the act of doing the thing. Outside of those people, you in general wouldn't want to rake that field or whatever.
Yeah, but the problem is some things, so much of what it is in particular, some things are really just like minuscule enough that it just like you're just neutral to it. Like, you know, dropping off like 2 plates. It's just so little that it's just like it doesn't hurt. You can't say I was victimized by it. Like there's a threshold
to some
before
extent,
you use the
though.
word
No,
victim.
yeah, you're applying a minimum threshold range there to where I don't think you can, even if it harmed you to negative 0.001 extent, you were still inconvenienced. If you didn't do that, you would have otherwise been happier outside of the act. If you could have helped that person to the same extent without having done it, you would have gladly have done it.
I mean, part of it depends on what the thing is. Because as a different example, if somebody asked me for like fitness advice, I like doing that. I would not say I'm inconvenienced with some of that stuff because it's something I just like enough that like I wouldn't call it an inconvenience. Like I'm not going around, you know, writing up the training plan for random bozos on the street just willy-nilly, but like somebody asks, I'm more than happy. Like it's like I like to, so it depends on what the thing is. And I don't think Boruto isn't victimized by hanging out with Mitski because he likes to hang out with Mitski. He calls Mitski and says, "Hey, want to train together? Want to play freaking games together?" Like Boruto doesn't like he initiates stuff. It's not like Mitski, he's annoyed to be with Mitski. Like he wants to hang out with Mitski. Mitski is Boruto's friend. It's not the same for Kawaki. If you want to say Kawaki is victimized, I get it because Kawaki does not seem to really like Mitski, but Boruto does. So I'm not gonna say he was victimized by it because he was never bothered once by it. Like he likes being Mitski's friend.
Yeah, but that's a Mitski thing. He likes Mitski. If let's just say who's someone Boruto doesn't like. Let's say the Mujina Bandits leader was stalking Boruto in the same exact way that Mitski was. Boruto wouldn't like that. It's the act itself. Not the person, but the act.
Honestly,
in fact, let's remove the Mujina. Let's just say a random citizen. Some random dude in Konoha they've never met before.
Them as much if they were doing that, but ironically, but regardless, get what you're saying.
So basically, if you asked Boruto, do you want Mitski?
What is the case?
Yeah,
Mitski is the person we're looking at. So
no, because you have to look at the act is the point. Because if you ask Boruto, do you want Mitski to continue stalking you? Boruto would answer yes. If you asked Boruto, do you want to be stalked? He would say no. He doesn't want to be stalked. He's okay with it when it's Mitski. But if he wants to be
stalked by Mitski, as silly as that sounds, if he wants to be stalked by Mitski, that's a good thing for Boruto. Makes him happy.
Because it's Mitski, not because it's stalking.
I can though, but because it's Mitski, he likes to be stalked by Mitski. So
Yes,
it's cool.
but because it's Mitski, but he doesn't like the stalking part itself.
But he likes it when it's Mitski.
Yes, and you like to help your friends, but you
For
don't
example,
like to deliver
I'm not saying
plates.
this applies to me, but some people have a fetish for choking. Okay, they like it when their significant other does it. That doesn't mean they like being choked by anyone. No, they don't like the random bozo on the street walking up and grabbing their neck. No, they don't like that. But they like it when certain people do it. It's okay. I'm kind of a sort of similar situation here.
Well, I think that's more of the word for the sadistic.
Maybe it's a question for Cam, but still.
That's more of a thing that, like, I don't even know if we can understand, psychoanalyze that, us personally.
I can't
connect to it on a personal level. Yeah, I don't.
A personal
because we
thing
can't relate to it. Then
I
don't.
It exists.
I know it exists, but we can't even. Neither of us can have a conversation about it because that's as far as it goes. Like, we just don't understand it.
But the point is, we know it exists, and it's a similar case here. Like, it's the act that isn't good with some people, but it's good with others. So in Mitski's case, it's good for Boruto. He likes it, and that's what matters.
Okay, then Boruto is to some extent sadistic. He enjoys bad things. He likes things that hurt him.
Because it's not. It doesn't hurt him though.
To some extent, it inconveniences him. Yes, it does. In the same way, dropping off plates inconveniences you to some extent. Let's say, okay,
how does it inconvenience?
Let's talk about happiness.
But where's the inconvenience for Boruto? There's no inconvenience to hanging out with Mitski, who he wants to hang out with. All right, hold on. I found the anime scene. We're gonna see. Okay, it was anime only. He says, up until now, that's how I've always felt. I have my own free will, so I'll be going even if you aren't going. This is following up the... Bro, God. This is killing me, bro. The manga doesn't align with the anime, dude. Because, like...
I know.
Mitsuki's saying this at the beginning of the out arc in the anime. It's because of the Mitsuki retrieval arc, right? You know, the anime's making sense with its own continuity. But, like, then you have the manga freaking 5 years later, and it's like, yeah, Mitsuki just forgot that he had free will, I guess.
Yeah, no, this is a lesson that he just straight up relearned.
Bro, it's the death of me. I hate this.
I know.
Can't they? Oh,
I know, it is really bad.
Can't the manga just be consistent with the anime? It's like, it's so annoying.
But at the end of the day, they're telling the same story. They always converge back at the same divergent points.
Like, it might be the same plot, but it is not the same story anymore. It's just not. It's not.
Oh, God.
Should we let Immortal on, by the way? He's got his hand raised.
Oh, sure, yeah. Well, the point is that Kamui, I don't care if we know it exists, because we don't understand it, so therefore we can't use it as a point.
I mean, we understand it enough to see the similarity.
I would just say disanalogous, but I don't want to talk about that anymore. We can move on. What's up, Immortal?
Well, Immortal, what do you think about choking?
What do I think about choking?
Yeah. Actually, this is interesting. Do you think like 4 tells Naruto could get around the love charm? Because Naruto loved Sakura, but I guess Kurama didn't love Sakura. I don't know if Kurama was in control there exactly. Not really, but like I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah,
like it's
Sakura. It seems like that Kurama's like in control.
But like it was a mindless beast though, and like Kurama's pretty smart. Like it wasn't talking or anything. Kurama can talk. Like I understand it didn't. That's
where it's weird.
But...
Yeah, because that's where it's weird because.
Oh my god.
Like hypothetically, because it's also combined with Naruto's rage, so it's not just it's leaking out willy-nilly, taking control whenever, like Momoshiki now. It's whenever Naruto's angry, so it's almost like the anger of Naruto manifests the anger of the fox's chakra, rather than the fox itself.
Yeah, it's like...
So it's more like Naruto's
it's like Kurama's
subconscious is in
chakra
control.
clearly influences Naruto, but like at the same time, it's like, yeah, he's not like.
I understand
It's not like he's talking to Orochimaru, like,
Yeah.
like, hey, you snake human, I'm gonna kill you, like, you know,
like it's described as the chakra seeping out, and the Nine Tails is described as the embodiment of just pure chakra, like it's fully chakra. But I think more realistically, because Nine Tails is sealed in Naruto, I think it's more like the Nine Tails is giving Naruto its chakra to allow it to enact his primal rage at the time. So Naruto is technically in control, but only like the lizard brain part of Naruto.
Just the anger of Naruto.
Yes. So it's back to Kurama. Okay. So the thing is, though, Kamui, that Kurama has been through this before. Like, this isn't something he first realized with Naruto. He realized people can be good when he met Hagoromo. Kurama liked Hagoromo as a person. It wasn't Hagoromo himself. Hagoromo proved
Hagoromo as a person. As crazy as it's gonna sound, I don't think Kurama really viewed Hagoromo as a person.
I think Kurama knew people.
I think a better example would have been Shukaku with Bunpuku.
We could use that if you want, but yeah, exactly. So, it's not Kurama. The point is that I think
that's not Kurama, so that doesn't apply to our situation.
Okay, well, I think this. Tell me if you think this or not. Do you think Kurama thought people were capable of the emotions Hagoromo had? Was it a possibility in Kurama's mind? Or did he full-heartedly believe that it wasn't the case? That nobody ever had the capacity to feel like how Hagoromo felt?
No, I think it's more of a narrative mask where Kurama deep down knew that, like, you know, people like Naruto could exist, but like he didn't really want to believe it. I'd say it's more of a narrative mask thing.
Well, I don't think that's the case because I think, well, it's not Kurama just randomly for no reason after the fact, just random ignorant humans.
It's not even like it was baseless or anything, but I think like Kurama, I don't think Kurama thought. It's hard to say because, you know, people treat him like shit. He didn't trust people, but like Naruto kind of just along the way was showing him like
exactly. Well,
like people can.
I don't like wording it like that. It's not that Kurama didn't trust people. More accurately, it's that people lost Kurama's trust. Kurama had a trust in people because of Hagoromo. It's the people that abused that trust, that used Kurama, manipulated him, whatever. They're the ones that made Kurama lose his trust in humanity. So
like he didn't do anything wrong.
I think it's not a narrative mask. I think Kurama believed Hagoromo was wrong before he realized Naruto was like Hagoromo and that Hagoromo was actually right. I think Kurama thinks that he was mistaken to believe in Hagoromo because he trusted Hagoromo in the same way he trusted humans before humans went against him and abused that trust.
Yeah, I don't know if narrative mask is necessarily the right word. It's a tricky. I don't really know what word I would use, but generally, I don't. You know, I feel like to some extent, if you ask Kurama, like to grade like a percentage of like, if you ask him yes or no, do you think humans can be trusted? He'd probably say no because he only has the two options. But if you were to give him like a percentage, I don't think it would be 0%, but I think it'd be on the low percentage. If this is prior to a meeting, Naruto, of course. Where it's low, where it's like, well, it's like, and like, you know, the old man said this and that, and he was nice and all this shit. So like, there should be hope, but it's just really low.
I agree.
But then, you know, he meets Naruto, kind of restores that hope, and then, you know, and after that point, things get, I mean, like, because of Naruto, really, people's relationships with all of the Biju improved. Like, after that war, like, it was a lot better for everyone. The others get to roam free. Kurama chose to stay with Naruto, but he could have, if he really wanted to, he could have left. He had the option.
So
And
actually,
so with the world being the way it is now and Kurama knowing it, he might fear, like in the back of his mind, that without Naruto, you know, things will go back to the way it was. But I think he would at least give it a chance, because it's like, even like with Kawaki, like he's talking to Kawaki, and the way he's talking to him is just like, bro, you haven't dried up yet. I know that you can be a good, happy person, live a good life and shit. So I feel like Kurama just genuinely has more faith in humans now.
well, but okay,
You know,
going
it's
to the narrative
possible,
mask,
you know,
here's the
people
problem.
could bring him back to where he was.
So when you take off your narrative mask, that's when you heal from your wound. You forgive,
Yeah.
but you don't forget. So when you have your narrative mask on, you put your shield up to where you will never be hurt like that ever again. You won't even allow yourself to open up to have the opportunity to get hurt. So when you take your narrative mask off, that's when you're okay. You can take those risks again. The problem is, Kurama's not going to naively go out in the world again. He's never going to some extent, allow himself to be hurt like that ever again, even if he's healed from his wound, because he hasn't forgot it. The reason he got the wound in the first place. He's always going to be wary.
Yeah, but
it's always going to be a part of him.
Well, it's tricky though, because like, to some extent, there's no context for Kurama to be used like that, because there just isn't a Madara Uchiha to control him. Like, those people just not even an option really, to some extent. No, but nobody can do that. Kurama can do whatever the fuck he wants, kind of, at this point. And I mean, like, Kurama doesn't necessarily know that, you know, like, what it's like for Shukaku in the Sand Village, but like Shukaku, or like Chomoe in the freaking forest, or wherever the hell he is now. But I don't know. I feel like Kurama could be okay. Like, he would be fine, and I don't think he would be like scared to death. Like, he might be slightly weary, but like, I think he'd be fine.
Even
I don't know. We don't know.
Well, I think at the point is, like, at first, after Hagoromo, Kurama was not weary of humans at all. It was just the betrayal of trust that made Kurama realize that he was wrong to not be wary at all. So I think it will be.
We don't really know what Kurama did up until the era of Madara and Hashirama. Like, because part of me like wondered, like, who the hell, I guess maybe past inter-reincarnates. But like, even then, it's not like Kurama's over there. I mean, you could just say Kishimoto hadn't thought of it yet, but it's not like Kurama was like, Sasuke, you remind me of Madara Uchiha and all of those other inter-reincarnates. It's just only Madara. It's I don't know who was controlling him before.
Well, I don't think
before Madara.
I don't think
the Jinchuriki.
It's likely that he could have just been hanging out at his.
Kurama in the first place.
He
was
likely
Kurama just like in the forest and Madara walked up to him.
Yeah, he like all the Tailed Beasts had a designated shrine that Hagoromo and his followers built. He was probably just hanging out there, just wandering, roaming freely by himself.
So for all we know, Kurama was literally just chilling until Madara.
Yeah, but like he was eagerly waiting for Hagoromo's prophecy to come true, that in the future, someday, someone like him will appear. And so whatever human first stumbles across him, and then 1,000 years from now, that's when he's gonna like, oh man, are you Hagoromo 2.0? And then Madara controls him, and then he's sad.
Maybe. I guess, you know, that theoretically, it actually kind of works with Madara in that case. It's the perfect person, because Madara was kind of like a second
Immortal.
coming of Hagoromo in a sense, with the recreating the Rinnegan and stuff. That actually could work, ironically.
Yeah. By the way, Immortal, you like got the stream pulling up on your speakers, so like it's echoing. If you could like get that, thank you.
My bad.
You good? So here's the thing with this, though. I got a lot to say on this. Actually, okay, let's go with the Shukaku. Does that change anything for you in this case with Shukaku? This is technically talking about it, to be fair. Talking about freaking Kurama Himawari.
Wait, what about Shukaku specifically?
Well, because you brought it up as a better example, I was wondering if like you had something specific to say on it. even if it's not Kurama, just in general for the conversation.
The thing with Shukaku, I can't remember. Okay, it was based off something you said about.
Well, his first Jinchuriki.
I said
how he realized that's a better example. But like, I was wondering if there's something new or if it was just a better example based on what was already presented.
I honestly forgot too much of the specific context
okay, that's fine. That's
how
fine.
I could relate this, but
okay.
Well, if we were gonna think about so like, would the question be like Shukaku's opinion on humans right now?
I was sure. I mean, whatever aspect you wanted to go with, because you were bringing it up, so I was just letting you bring it up rather than me bringing it up.
I don't remember.
Okay, that's
it was because I was comparing something you said, and I was like, oh, Shukaku would be a better example because Shukaku had seen a human who he was like, yeah, like you're a real one.
Yeah. Well, anyways, back to Kurama then, I guess. So if Kurama is revived, he's just freely out in the world. I think he would be wary of humans, and even if the world is more aware of tailed beast and more tolerant of them than ever before, like you said, there's still people out there that just wouldn't like Kurama, especially with the devastation and destruction he's caused. Like, people haven't forgot that. People don't forgive that. In the same way, people haven't, on screen, they haven't forgiven Sasuke. It's like, of course they're not going to forgive Kurama.
Like, so some of those people, some people would be just like Sasuke. Some people would be dicks. But with that break Kurama, though, it doesn't break Sasuke because he basically has enough love and people who do trust him to keep him on the good path. So for Kurama, it would depend on whether Kurama has what he needs. Without Naruto, so like we'll just pretend Kurama just pops up in the Leaf Village, Naruto's in Daikoku 10. He doesn't have Naruto there for him. Would he have enough? It's tough to say.
Immortal.
I'm echoing through, I think, Immortal.
Yeah.
You know, like the problem is Kurama spent most of his time really with just Naruto because he chose to stay inside him, meaning he hasn't really bonded with. I do. It is interesting to point this out. Who Kurama's like next choice would be? I do feel like it would be Himawari, like after Naruto, mainly just from the little bit we've gotten in the anime with like the Shukaku.
Well, that's also assuming
like,
he can.
He's just kind of seen.
That's assuming he can and would reincarnate directly into someone in the first place. Because even if he could, I don't know if he would. Well, even if it's that, if he had to choose someone, it would be probably Himawari. But it's not because he likes Himawari necessarily. It could also just be to seek asylum in the same way Shukaku did. Like, because he knows there's threats out there, like the Otsutsuki. It's like, Konoha would just be the best place, and inside Himawari might be the best.
If Kurama had the, I mean, part of this depends on like what context we're giving, but
I think it's a mix of both.
Option to just not be inside of someone, I think he would at least start that way until like maybe Himawari hypothetically grew on him and he was like, you know, I want to be there to protect her now. Like that was just his thought process. But you know what? Seal me inside yourself. Like he might choose to do something like that. But I think he would start off on his own just because he lost Naruto. That was the person he wanted to stay with.
Yeah.
But in the hypothetical that he just doesn't have the choice, yeah, I was gonna say, if not Naruto, Himawari, just based off of the little bit we've gotten in the anime, I do feel like that is the person he would pick because it's freaking Himawari. Like, she's a sweetheart. He could tell based off that freaking Shukaku episode that Himawari absolutely is not afraid of Biju, would not mistreat them, and shows nothing but love for them. Even if it's like little kid, adorable stuffed animal love, it's kind of like he can be confident that Himawari would absolutely treat him well and be kind to him and care about him, just like Naruto did. Like, he could tell. I feel like she's shown enough. So that would be like a good second choice. But if he has Naruto as an option, I don't see why you wouldn't pick Naruto.
By the way, Immortal, you do have a little bit of like background interference going on pretty consistently. If you could somehow do something about that, I don't know. I'll take that as a yes. Thank you, Immortal. Alright, so...
forgot. I forgot forgot to mute myself.
Oh my god.
So we noticed.
Anyways, so funny.
Chug on my water now.
You guys didn't hear that in the background, did you?
We heard everything the whole time.
Specifically.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Never mind. Anyways.
All right.
So Kamui. So I personally think you might disagree. That's fine. I think Kurama at the end of Naruto chose to continue to be in Naruto rather than freely because he had that choice. Because Naruto was like Hagoromo rather than because he liked humans now.
No, he chose Naruto. Yeah, no, like he didn't choose to stay with Naruto because he likes humans as a whole. He chose to stay with Naruto for Naruto specifically. That it makes sense otherwise. It wouldn't even make sense the other way around. That doesn't have anything to do with his opinion on humans as a whole. He chose to stay with Naruto because he likes Naruto, independent of his opinion on other humans.
Yeah. So
that
like,
doesn't really tell us anything
hypothetically,
about his general view on humans.
If the Raikage was like, Kurama, I'll love and cherish you forever, and Kurama believed him, he's not just gonna exist in Raikage instead. Like, that's just not gonna happen.
No, it would only, like, he would only do that for someone he genuinely, A, wanted to be around a lot, and B, wanted to be able to protect. Like, Naruto's someone that, like, you know, Kurama's not going to outwardly say this, but, like, Kurama wants to protect Naruto. He wants Naruto to live. He's grateful for Naruto being who Naruto is. And Kurama's not going to do that for anyone who doesn't make Kurama feel the same way. I mean, obviously, Naruto's going to always be the most special person to him for being, like, the first person since Hagoromo to, like, you know, be that guy. But, like, you know, hypothetically, if Himawari met all the markers and made Kurama want to be there for her, then yeah, he might say, you know what, seal me inside yourself. He wouldn't outwardly explain it, but he'd be like, you know, he'd be Kurama about it. But if the right Kage, you know, freaking A, somehow managed to make Kurama feel that way, I see no reason why he couldn't do that. But, like, he would need to make Kurama feel that way. Otherwise, Kurama would just be a Biju, like a summoning animal, if anything.
Well,
to be a
thing
Jinchuriki would require more.
He didn't go into Naruto because he's Naruto. He went into Naruto because Naruto is like Hagoromo. So the Raikage would have to prove that he's like Hagoromo rather than like a nice human or whatever that would just treat him kindly and with the respect and trust. I don't even think it's just.
I think it's. I feel like that's downplaying Kurama's view on Naruto to say it's only because he's like Hagoromo.
No, it has to have both aspects.
Better than that.
It has to have both aspects, though. It can't have one.
I agree, but like that's my point. Is they need to meet all the markers. Like,
okay, so
like Hagoromo isn't in reference to like godly powers and stuff. It's in reference to their view on Biju, like the way they act. Really, it's in
reference to Kurama's view of the person. So Kurama would have to think the Raikage is like Hagoromo.
In this regard, like,
like
Naruto, like in this specific manner that matters to him. But yeah,
well, I think it's more than just being tolerant of tailed beasts. It's more than just understanding.
It's not being tolerant. No, it's not a matter of being tolerant. It's like Naruto isn't tolerant of Kurama. Naruto loves Kurama. There's a big difference. The way Naruto cares about Kurama is. Like we were talking with like the brotherhood thing, like it's like a brother though, like it really is, like he really cares. Like Hagoromo's more like a dad versus like a brother, but the point is it's almost like it's like family, regardless if it's blood, it's freaking step siblings, doesn't really matter. The point is Naruto treats Kurama like family, so does Hagoromo. Then someone would have to do something very similar to make him ever want to be their Jinchuriki.
So going back to something else you were saying is that no one else can control Kurama. First of all, I just don't know if that's actually the case in like Boruto. Like the Raikage hypothetically might be able to just control the full power Kurama. But like the point,
some people will be like, "Oh, like we don't know."
But like they have like chakra cannons, and Kurama didn't know that. Like Kurama knows the world is evolving, both in technology and skill, power, etc. So even if he thinks, not knows, but thinks right now that there's no one in the world that can control his power, he would probably think in the future, even if not now, someone will come along in the future to where they will be able to have enough power to control him.
That's fine.
So he would be wary of humans always because he just wouldn't know at any point, even in the present.
So
he wouldn't fully trust them.
To some extent, being a little cautious, though, isn't the same as, like, full on, I don't trust humans. Like, there's a difference. Like, because even Naruto, you say, oh, like, if I ask you, does Naruto trust humans? What are you going to say?
Know the answer to that?
Yes or no?
You know the answer
like,
to that?
If you had to pick, what would you say?
The obvious answer. The common sense answer, as you would put it.
What's the common sense answer? Tell me.
The correct answer.
Enlighten me. Let's make sure it's common. Tell me. Okay, what is the correct answer?
It's 80%. There's at least 2 people that shared the opinion. There you go. Or should I say at least 1%? 1 to 10%?
At least 0.1%. No, seriously.
We agree. We agree. You already know.
So tell me the answer.
Yeah, Kurama likes people. Kurama likes people.
Make sure the fans know.
There you go.
That's not what I asked, but it seems like you already knew what the end result was.
That's the closest I was going to give you.
Well, my question was, does Naruto trust people?
Okay. And I answered.
And I'm waiting for your answer.
I did.
No, you didn't. You said Kurama likes people.
Yeah.
Which, I don't know why you even said that, because it kind of sounds like you're almost arguing against that, but anyway, I'll take your concession because you don't want to admit
it's a loaded question. It depends how you word it. It depends how you look at it. Does Kurama trust
how I word it? Well, the
people,
way I worded it.
Technically, yes. Generally, no. I don't think anyone trusts anyone in general.
But that's exactly, and that's the point. Like, the answer to my Naruto question is, yeah, Naruto trusts people. That doesn't mean he trusts every single person. That doesn't mean that Naruto doesn't think that, there might be a person who might do bad things out there. Doesn't trust Shojoji. You know what I mean? Like, yeah. But like, Kurama's not walking out there, looking around every corner like he's spooky in the Scooby-Doo episode in the haunted house or something. Just like, where's the spooky ghost? Like, that's gonna come get me. No, but like, that doesn't mean, Kurama, if you...
But this goes back to what they know.
That guy over there, do you trust him? He's gonna say, I don't know. But like,
no, he's gonna say no.
It's just like, I don't know. Like,
he's gonna say no because he doesn't know. It's the point because he doesn't know.
But like, the same with like Naruto, though. It's not any different than like, really. It's just like, he doesn't know that person. He's not necessarily like, he can be cautious, but that doesn't mean he's like distrustworthy of humans. It's just kind of like, he just knows what he knows. He doesn't know what he doesn't know. He's not going to be like he used to be unless, people give him reason to it. I think Kurama's gained enough hope in people with what he's seen the last 15 years to be like, fine, unless people betray that trust.
But
again,
he knows that
I'm not saying can't happen.
He knows that there's both good people and bad people out there. So if he doesn't know whether someone is a good or bad person...
But before, he didn't really look at it that way. Before, he didn't look at it. He basically looked like pretty much all people are bad.
Yes.
And that's the point. That changes even with Naruto dead. If Kurama reincarnates and is walking around the Sand Village or whatever, Kurama's going to still be the way he is now. There are some bad people out there. There are some people who would love to use me, but there's plenty of people who are good and would love to just be nice to me. And unless, he gets 1 million people, everyone comes attacking him again, that change his mind, he's going to stay the way he is.
That's another thing, though, is that it doesn't just take one person. Like, the world could kill Kurama right now if they wanted to, assuming he was alive. In the same way they killed the Uzumaki. They just gang up on him.
Yeah, they could. That doesn't mean Kurama thinks they will.
He knows it's a possibility. He knows it happened in the past.
Okay, but
That's
Naruto
human
knows...
nature.
I guess maybe the world couldn't do it to Naruto
Same
before.
type of
Okay, but
humans.
like the Toad Sage Mode Naruto knows that the world could kill him.
It's within their
At this
innate
point, yeah,
capacity.
he's not too strong to...
I don't know. I think Naruto could just
Like,
take on the whole world. Like, at this point.
No, I'm including Sasuke. I'm including Sasuke against him.
Okay, sure.
So like Naruto can't kill the world.
Because like a whole theme is that Naruto and Sasuke.
Then, if you
but yeah,
remove Sasuke, let's just say Sasuke decides to abstain or he falls asleep and just doesn't wake up during the fight. I still don't know if Naruto really could beat the whole world, like considering Sakura's strength, the strength of the mind of Shikamaru, the 5 Kage. Actually, no, Naruto can't, bro. Fucking Kawaki could just beat his ass. Well, what am I saying? Code. Like, how can Naruto... No, yeah. Wait, why are we discussing this? We have plenty of people who could beat Naruto.
Okay. I'm talking about early part 1. Boruto.
Damon. Like, what are we
We're not
doing
talking to Blue Vortex right now. We're talking early part 1 when Boruto first started. After the war arc.
I was talking about Naruto after losing Kurama. Was what I was like. I was thinking Code Arc Naruto.
I know, because it's after he lost Kurama. But those people don't count.
Okay, but even then, all we need is Jigen. We got this.
But Naruto skills above
Jigen and Boro, if you really want to hang up your high horse with
okay,
that.
Okay, sure.
You can have Boro throw out the virus while Jigen fights him. There you go, GG.
Okay. I wasn't counting anyone stronger than him,
The car organization's got this.
Anyone stronger than him doesn't count, though.
What? Okay. How about this then? The entirety of Kara not counting Jigen. So Code with the white karma seal, but limiters on. Boro, Victor, Deepa, Delta. We'll throw in Kawaki at the beginning of the Kawaki arc, so he's mad or whatever. Amado with his wacky ninja tools that he still hasn't fully displayed. You know, he's got that sound device that just undoes ninjutsu apparently. He's helping out.
So
I think they got Naruto.
So here's the thing. I don't know if they retconned clones or if they just changed them, but it seems like, at least with Naruto, if he makes clones any amount, they just are strong as the original, and the original doesn't get weaker. It just has less bottomless chakra. So, like, if Naruto made a bunch of clones to fight against all of Kara all at once, he might still just win.
Bro, they're just inconsistent with the clones.
I know.
That's the honest truth.
I know. It's unfair to you for
know,
that.
like,
I know.
Yeah, because it's like, on one hand, absolutely agree with you, but on the other hand, nah, bro, what would happen if they did that was all the clones would just get fodderized, like they didn't do anything, and then they'd be like, and you do it again. And so it's like, I don't know, bro. It's the clones are just inconsistent as hell. Like,
I know. Because, like, I know Naruto.
You can't even, like, use it.
Naruto hasn't really used many clones, like, especially against, like, Delta. But, like, and I know Naruto was trying to not kill Delta, and I know the statements, oh, Naruto was going all out, and, like, they were equals or whatever with Delta. If Naruto made,
but then it's like, but imagine if Naruto just used 1,000 shadow clones and just pummeled Delta. He doesn't need to kill her. He can do what he did versus Gaara. Just use the Uzumaki barrage on her. Like,
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
Wouldn't that be the best tactic he could do? Like, objectively?
Well, it did sort of switch, though,
using taijutsu.
Because Naruto was always confident he could kill Delta. And he switched from not wanting to kill Delta to Delta trying to kill the kids. Naruto switched to trying to kill Delta. He didn't need his clones to do that, so he just did it personally with the Rasengan. He was just mad at that point. He didn't need clones to overwhelm her. The point is, like, he
trying to kill
her.
He wasn't trying to kill her still, though. He was still trying to keep her alive. He was just extra mad.
Maybe, but, like, you know.
He literally says at the end, like, that he was like, oh, it was hard.
Okay. You cannot include that if you're saying at the end when Hiruzen saw Kid Orochimaru. That just doesn't count. He was absolutely nerfed the entire time, even if he was also amped.
No, that wasn't a nerf. He was net amped at the end.
You agree then. He was net amped, meaning he was both amped and nerfed.
But that's all my argument was, is that it's a net amp. Like, he's amped.
I don't care about net. I care about what
But the net is all that matters. Is he overall more amped at the moment? Yes? Okay, that's all I'm saying.
That's not what I'm looking at it as, though.
He's amped beyond neutral.
You have to understand, that's not what I'm looking at, though. I'm not looking at the average or the total. I'm looking at what is in both cases.
But that doesn't matter to me then. You can say it doesn't matter. It's irrelevant to me. I don't care. Because that's all I was ever saying with the Hiruzen thing, was that he was amped overall. That's all my argument was, and that's all it needed to be, because that's all that mattered.
Then that's not my argument, though. We're having two different arguments entirely. My argument is that Hiruzen was nerfed throughout the fight.
Because you want the win when you can't get it.
Because I already got it. I don't want something I already have.
You didn't get it, bro.
We're moving on. So, okay.
You're desperately trying. You freaking need your love charm.
Bro, I don't need a love charm. Everyone already loves me without it. In fact, I wish I had an anti-love charm just to balance it out.
2 months ago,
just to make it normal.
Yeah, let's ask Cam from December and January about that.
She must be Otsutsuki or something.
Speaking of that, he's trippy.
He's just enjoying being off with his extra free time recently. Is what he's doing.
He's really enjoying those profile pic changes.
Oh, God. Okay, I did have a little bit more with Kurama. Wait, what?
So how does this get worse with Drippy?
So funny. No, now I remember everything I had with Kurama. God darn it. Okay. Well, anyways, to bring it back to Ada, though, which is the whole reason I brought this up. Hypothetically, if Kurama... Hang on, there's stuff I want to talk about before this, but we kind of already covered it. The whole tolerant understanding thing. Okay. Besides that, regardless... Okay, we only talked about half of this. There are people out there that still hate Kurama. There's a lot of people that like Kurama. There's people that hate Kurama. Kurama knows this. Kurama doesn't know who likes and hates him until they prove what they do or don't feel. The other aspect of this is a lot of the world doesn't even know about Kurama's existence or even the Telebeats. Like, Kawaki didn't know the Nine Tails existed when he met Naruto. So there's a lot of people out there that still just don't know in general. And so Kurama would be wary of those people because Kurama understands human nature. Like, if they don't know Kurama, then they haven't gone through the change that the rest of the world has. They're the same stagnant humans that hurt him 100 years ago.
I don't think Kurama intends on just, going to freaking Radaku, walking around as a giant fox. I think Kurama has a little bit of common sense about, what to stay in a ninja village.
Not so common if not everyone has it.
Realistically. or he's gonna go to the forest where there aren't humans. He's either Kurama's just not gonna be an idiot about this. I don't know. I don't how dumb do you think Kurama is?
But again, it's not about being dumb.
The fox. And then they're gonna be what do you think?
Okay, you cannot call me out for strawmans if you're gonna do the exact same but 10 times worse. That's crazy. The point isn't that he's being dumb.
Obviously silly.
The point is, okay, let's say Kurama
obviously silly, not being serious.
But Kurama's gonna go back to his designated shrine, hang out by himself. If someone comes around, Kurama's not gonna know if they like or dislike him. Kurama, it's not a smart or dumb thing. Kurama's not gonna know if a stranger knows him. If the stranger doesn't know him, Kurama knows what humans are like in general. Human nature. Kurama knows that very well. Both the ups and the downs, and the natural aspect of how natural humans are generally, Kurama knows that. So Kurama would not trust a stranger. Until that stranger gives him a reason to trust him.
That's not different. That's not different than any other person who's you walk up to a stranger. Do you trust them?
But that's different though, because I'm specifying reasons that are more intense for Kurama. That reasons that don't even apply to other people generally. Sometimes. Because
no, bro,
yes,
this applies to
anyone wouldn't
everyone,
trust
though.
a stranger.
It's not unique to Kurama, though.
I know, but with Kurama's unique experience, it changes it to some extent.
But Kurama,
because it's common
I know what you're
sense.
trying to say, but like the moral of the story is really like what I don't know what we're really arguing here, because I don't remember what this started with, to be honest.
Kurama's lived his reason and not trust humans.
Like,
Kurama knows. Like, it's beyond emotion. Kurama logically understands how humans are, that normal strangers can't be trusted because he knows he's lived it.
But there is a clear change. But there's a clear change to Kurama's view on humans now versus before the Naruto series.
On normal humans? No. On humans that he knows have changed? Yes.
I think on normal humans too, though. I think Kurama, if you had to get the percentages of a random stranger, do you trust them? Maybe before it would have been 1%, and now it might be 20%. Like, the point is, I think there is an improvement.
Okay, this goes back to that. Sure, I agree, because before he wouldn't have trusted like anyone because he was hurt, betrayed, narrative mask, he wouldn't have been wounded, he had his guard up. He has his guard down still, but again, just because he's healed from it doesn't mean he's going to fall back into the same bad habits. It's, again, life's a constant struggle. It's always fighting, overcoming obstacles. That's always a part of him. He knows that now. It's ingrained into him. It's his experience. He's more wise because of it, and that's a good thing.
Yeah, and all I'm saying, the improvement's there. That's all I'm saying. Like, his view on humans has improved.
Okay,
like,
and I agree that
he goes through some dog shit again, it's gonna stay better than it was before.
But I agree. I agree when you said earlier that it was above 0%. Because it has to be, literally has to be, because if it was at 0%, Kurama never, ever, ever could have trusted Naruto, ever. Because even if he thought Naruto was like Hagoromo, that doesn't matter, because if it's at 0%, he would have just thought that Hagoromo was just flat out wrong, and it was his mistake to trust Hagoromo. So then it would be his mistake to trust Naruto if he's exactly like Hagoromo, because at that point it doesn't matter, it doesn't count, it doesn't do anything. So it has to be above because he trusts Hagoromo in general. So he trusts Naruto.
Yeah. So I think his trust has gone higher for people in general. I don't care how much. If it's 1%, that's still an improvement. I think he's got that much there.
I'm glad that you're fighting for 1%. It's funny.
I'm just like my point is just that the improvement is there. Like, I'm not saying that there is a certain number.
Okay, but earlier you were arguing that if it 1% inconveniences you, it doesn't matter. I can handle that. Well, I'm arguing it was there then.
No, I didn't say no, because what I'm saying is not everything is an inconvenience. I guess I don't know about you. Maybe every little thing in your life is an inconvenience for you. But like, I'm not a negative Nancy like you, I guess. And like, if Mitski is not an inconvenience to Boruto, people I like are not an inconvenience to me. I do not feel inconvenience when it comes to certain people because I like them enough. I'm not saying that's everyone. I'm just saying there are people who I just not feel like an inconvenience to do stuff with or for or with or whatever. I don't care.
It doesn't matter if you feel like it. Again, your feelings don't matter. It's what it objectively is. It objectively is an inconvenience for you to help your friend to go place those two plates on the table.
Oodie, I can spin it out because I don't think it's an inconvenience. For example, if I have to walk 10 feet to drop off plates, let's say, well, good news for me. I wanted to walk more anyway, so if anything, they convenienced me because they gave me more reason to continue that walking I wanted to do. So it was a convenience, not an inconvenience.
Nah, bro, that's a side mission. That's collateral.
No.
It's a coincidence,
it literally
anything.
Benefited me because it gave me the perfect excuse to get those extra steps in
that I wanted,
and I didn't have anywhere to go. And they gave me a location.
No, that just happens to be on the way. But you were gonna do it anyways, though, right?
You never know.
In this case, they're taking away from your individualistic experience. They're diminishing the success you would feel by accomplishing this goal by yourself. They're tainting it, staining your legacy, Kamui.
It depends on the situation, because in this case, I'm not trying to set a personal record of walking. I'm just doing the walking to burn the calories. In this particular situation I'm talking about, it's not about the personal achievement of like, yes, I walked those 4 miles or 5 miles or whatever. I'm not doing it for that reason in this case. I'm just trying to hit that 500 calories. So if anything, holding the plates, while it might not add too many, it is serving more calories burns by the fact that I'm holding something more than 0 pounds. And so, and by that example, I have just got a double whammy. Not only have I moved 10 more steps, I've moved 10 more steps with extra weight, meaning an extra calorie or 2 is probably burned there. And so it's even more convenience for me. And they have helped me. They're helping me get shredded. How could I call that an inconvenience?
The problem here is it comes down to the objective.
I should be begging them.
No, it's
tomorrow, I'm gonna
I hope you do. It comes down to the objective, though. The purpose of you applying for your job wasn't to walk, it was to get money. Because walking, you were going to do that anyways. With the time that you wouldn't have worked if you never applied for your job, if you didn't need money, you would have been walking anyways. So that doesn't count. It's something you would have been doing. So it doesn't add anything. It's just not subtracted, but it wouldn't have been subtracted anyways.
But sometimes it depends. Sometimes I get more walking done, whether it's the podcast or work that I would do on my day off. The context can be depending. For example, if it's raining outside, I'm not going to walk outside in the rain very often. Sometimes I do, but it kind of sucks. But walking around in the restaurant, good thing there's no rain inside, right?
No,
and
but
so
that's
I get more
different.
walking done while making money at the same time. It's just perfect.
But that's different because your baseline on a day off when you work versus your baseline on a day off when it's every day off is different because it's the two extremes, the yin and yang. When you work, when you're working, that's like more stressful. When you have a day off when you're working, that's like a vacation for you to relax, for you to go out of your way to actively do less things. Whereas if you don't have a job, you're going to be as active as you were going to have been anyways on your day off, quote unquote.
I mean, absolutely. But besides the point.
Okay, so raising the baseline. So if anything, you going to work, them having you walk at work is more of an inconvenience than it would have been if you just didn't work in the first place, in terms of your goal, your objective, your purpose of walking.
Aspect. But in that, yes, but here's the thing. We're not talking about that aspect. You can say work is an inconvenience, but the point is I have to be at work anyway. And so if my dear friend asks me for help and it serves me the purpose of getting more walking done, it's just like, oh, thank you. Because now, not only do I get to help you and feel happy to help you, I also get to walk more. It's so beautiful how that works out. Yeah,
Okay.
Come on.
Let's clarify something here. You don't have to go to work. You choose to need money. Okay, hypothetically, if you wanted to, you could leave society and go build a cabin in the woods. You could do that. And then, you know what? Doing that would do a lot of extracurricular activity. What is it? Extraterrestrial? What? Extra active aerobic? You'd be more exercise. You would be more exercise, Kamui.
No, not necessarily. It depends on the specific regard. All that time spending building a house it wouldn't be exercise by definition because it's not for the purpose of health and fitness. It's for the purpose of building a house. So I would be less exercised by definition. So you're wrong. Okay.
It'd be less exercise, but it would be more.
My exercise levels would go from 100% to like 10%. You know, it would be a dampening of my life. I would lose what I hold most dear, and it's only thanks to that your friend.
Okay, fine. You want to play that game? You want to play that game? Then the plates aren't the exercise because the objective is to put it there for your friend for work. That's not exercise.
Well,
based on the definition,
it's both. It's both.
How?
No, because I'm choosing to exercise for the purpose. I'm choosing to exercise, and it just so happens to help out my friend.
Okay. Well, in this case, you're choosing to build a house, and it just so happens to be a place for you to live in. You could just build a house just for the exercise and then not live in it.
I would never. Here's the thing, Oodie. I would never choose building a house as my form of exercise. That is not in character for me.
That's not true. That's not true. Deadlifting is the same movement of picking up a log. You're doing all the same movements, working the same
stuff. I gotta hold some stuff up and start putting in some plywood and shit. These are the things that
you're working the same muscles, the same muscle groups.
That's no, you're not. Well, that's so vague that that applies to like everything. But I wouldn't I don't enjoy construction. I would never use construction as a form of exercise.
Oh, but it's not construction, it's exercise in the form of construction.
But I wouldn't choose. But when I go to the gym, it's not like I would ever choose to do the hammer and the nails exercise because I don't like that movement. I'd much rather do some skull crushers or some deadlifts or squats, you know? So I would never choose the exercise of construction. But I'm the negative Nancy.
But I'm the negative Nancy. I'm sorry that you hate building houses, Kamui. I'm sorry that you love homeless people. Sorry, that's something that you enjoy.
I didn't say I hate it. I didn't say I would murder the house builders. I just said that it's not my favorite. It's not my favorite choice. And of course, when I go to the gym, I'm going to pick my favorite exercises, the ones I love to do. Not the ones I tolerate, but the ones I love. And, you know, of course, I absolutely would love to continue doing my drop off the plates exercise because it's so fun. So, yeah, you know, I PR every day, you know.
You do not PR every day. Get out of here with that BS, bro. You do not freaking PR every freaking day. Get out of here with that.
I added 1 gram of extra plate each day. You know, 10 years later, I'll have a lot of grams.
A lot of grams. Okay, Kamui, I'll admit, even though we strayed away from the chapter entirely just now, this was probably the most fun part of the stream so far. These past, 5 minutes, whatever it's been.
Yeah.
I'm crying over here.
Why does this always happen?
No, but this is all relevant to the Kurama conversation, which is relevant to the Kurama Himawari discussion of the chapter, which the concept of this is relevant now to the Ada part, because what I'm saying is, okay, that was all the prelude context. To be fair, that was the long part of it. Now for the actual discussion, if Kurama lost Naruto, okay, what would Kurama be like? If Kurama was alive, just hypothetically, Baryon mode killed Naruto instead of Kurama. Just switch the roles. Kurama's the one that lives. How would that change Kurama's character if it does?
I think so. Kurama's. I don't know what Kurama would do specifically, to a specific extent. Besides, you know, maybe just go to the shrine, but Kurama, I do not think by any means would turn into a rage beast monster. I think he very much would want to respect Naruto's wishes. It doesn't mean Kurama's going to become the Hokage, which I gotta say, I'm full in support of that. I would love, you know what, actually, that's going in the bridge. Kurama becomes Hokage. But, I can't say I dislike it. I would fully support it, but I could see him to some extent being almost like a shadow Hokage, where he would protect the village for Naruto's sake when he needs to. That doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna throw his life away. Maybe he would, But I definitely think he would want to protect things Naruto cares about. He doesn't necessarily mean he's gonna follow Sasuke around or follow Himawari around, but he might keep an eye on them from a distance.
So there's two
I can
different
see him doing things like
aspects,
that. I don't know,
two different ways of this conversation it can go, and obviously we're gonna absolutely go in both directions just for the sake of fun. So both directions, I'll say both of them first before we choose which direction to go in. The first direction is that, because this goes back to the conversation the other day of like what happens if you lose the one singular soul light of your world, like we were talking about, like Obito losing Rin, Kawaki if he lost Naruto, what would he do, etc. So like if Kurama lost Naruto, assuming Naruto is the sole light of his world, what would he do? The other way this conversation can go is that just Naruto just isn't the sole light of Kurama's world, which I think is the case more. Like, Kurama loves Naruto like a brother. Like, he cherishes him very deeply. Like, he cares for him to an extreme degree. But he could get over it, I think, would just be in Kurama's character. Like, he's mature enough to where he would be able to just move on and find other loves elsewhere.
Yeah, like, I think that, I don't think Naruto and Kurama is the same as, like, Obito and Rin. Where, yes, Naruto played a pivotal role in Kurama finding his happiness, but, like, Kurama has his happiness now, and it's not constantly dependent on Naruto. And to compare with Mitski, while Boruto may be a very pivotal helper in Mitski finding his own will and happiness, Boruto's trying to tell him, like, hey, that's fine, but you can be happy on your own too. You don't need me constantly. And so once Mitski, even if you like, whether you want to see Mitski's already there or he's going to get there soon, it doesn't really matter. Whenever Mitski is at that point, losing Boruto wouldn't break him the way it broke Obito. I mean, it would hurt. He would not going to be happy about it, obviously. But like, he could go on because he's found his happiness now, thanks to Boruto, but also thanks to himself. And I think Kurama's in that case where Naruto, pivotal role in getting there, but he doesn't need Naruto constantly there to not lose his shit.
Yeah.
So I agree with you.
It's the same with Hagoromo. Like, he was able to just move on from Hagoromo and find whatever he needed in Naruto anyways. He could just do that to someone else as well, or if he even needed that after Naruto anyways.
And like, I realistically could see Himawari being someone like that, like based off how she is. I definitely think she has all the things in the world to be that same type of person. Again, that doesn't necessarily mean Kurama's immediately gonna be like, hey, Himawari, let me just be your Shinjuki. But like, I can definitely see, like, like Himawari growing on him and him caring about her, and that being, especially with Naruto's honor, it's literally his daughter, like trying to protect her for both of their sakes. I can see stuff like that happening. It's not gonna happen overnight.
Another aspect of this, though, is when you truly love something or someone, that's selfless rather than selfish, because you want to be your best version of yourself for that person. Like, Hinata wanted to get stronger because of Naruto, because Naruto would have wanted it. So, with the Kurama example, you could say Kurama only accepted Naruto in the end because it's what Hagoromo would have wanted. So you could say Kurama never let go of Hagoromo. No, I agree. I'm not saying that. I'm saying I'm applying it to this situation to where you could imagine someone having the interpretation at least.
Yeah.
So,
I could see a certain person with the first letter of M saying that, but anyway.
Gonna make me choke.
But
but okay.
Anyway, though, as you were saying.
So, in the same way, I think that applies with Naruto to Kurama, though, as well. To where, if he finds someone else, he's moving on from Naruto. He's not going to find someone else to help Naruto, or because that's what Naruto would have wanted, or to be his best version of himself for a late Naruto who's already passed or whatever. I don't even think he would defend the village in Naruto's honor per se.
I'm not saying it would be solely like 100% solely only because Naruto would have wanted it. But I think like there'd at least be like a 1% influence where it's like, well, maybe initially he approaches Himawari because of Naruto, and then he's like, honestly, Himawari, I dig her. She's a cool person. I'm gonna be her friend after that.
Yeah, you
so
can be
Naruto
influenced
could be like an
by
instigation, and then it becomes its own thing.
Yeah, that's more like a friendship rather than true love. The way I see true love is probably what other people would consider unhealthy. I think it's fine. The way I see true love is you literally live for that person. You dedicate, or not even person, whatever you love. You dedicate your life to that thing solely, wholeheartedly. That doesn't mean it's the only thing in your life. That doesn't mean it consumes your life. Like, Obito was still friends with Kakashi even though he truly loved Rin, etc., etc. He still had so many other things in his life, that so many other aspects, but Rin was, again, the sole light in his world. The one thing that truly kept him going. So, for Kurama, he would help out other people in Naruto's honor, but that's not the only thing he's dedicating his life to. Like Kawaki, I think Kawaki truly loves Naruto, because once he's done with this, he's just gonna kill himself. Like, he's done with it. Like, he has nothing else to live for. And he doesn't want to find anything else to live for, because he actively, currently, still truly loves Naruto. Because he truly loves Naruto, he doesn't need to find any other love. It's not that he's actively avoiding it or anything. It's almost like he's content, but he's content at being perfectly happy. Like you were saying with Ada, what she truly needs. Kawaki has what he truly needs right now.
Yeah, I think I don't think Kawaki's situation is the same as Ada for that reason.
No, I agree. No, that's not what I was saying. I wasn't comparing it to Ada.
Yeah.
So Kurama would defend the village, probably.
At least,
I don't know if Kurama would defend the village, but he would want the village to be defended, regardless. Like, if Kurama just goes to chill at his, like, sacred shrine, or whatever that Hagoromo built, and, like, Shibai comes down, hey, Kurama, do you care if I go destroy the village? Kurama would be like, well, yeah, like, regardless if I try to stop you or not, I would prefer if you don't destroy the village, because I like Naruto, and Naruto wouldn't want it. But would Kurama specifically defend it with his life or something?
Like, for example, I mean, I don't know. Let me just ask this question first, just out of curiosity. Do you think Gamabunta would risk his life? Like, do you think Gamabunta would genuinely, like, let himself die for the sake of the village, or do you think he would unsummon himself first?
Nah, bro, he'd unsummon himself.
Without killing himself.
We've seen it. We've seen him unsummon himself versus Pain. Sure, he broke every bone in his body, so he's useless. But, like, he has a kid. He's gonna be there for his child.
Yeah.
And, like,
and I agree. So, in this manner, I just was curious what you would say.
Well, he's still gonna try.
It would be very similar to Gamabunta, where like, he'll try. He'll put in. He'll put his best foot forward, just like he did versus Shukaku. Granted, that was largely because of Gamakishi, but still.
Yeah.
But he's not kill himself over it. And I would see Kurama being the same. Like, he would give, like, a genuine effort, go all out, but he wouldn't kill himself over it.
Yeah. Like, you could even go as far as saying he'd risk his life, but he wouldn't sacrifice his life. Unless it really came down to it.
I think it's like he'd risk his life, but he wouldn't necessarily be heroes and just straight up sacrifice his life.
Yeah. Like, Naruto knew... Well, and okay, Naruto versus Ishiki is a interesting case, because Naruto knew that if he got Kawaki, that, like, the world would be destroyed anyways because of chakra fruit. Like, hypothetically, Ishiki just wasn't an Otsutsuki, and he was just a strong ninja that wasn't going to destroy the world. Naruto would risk his life to defend Kawaki against Ishiki, because he doesn't want Kawaki to go back to Ishiki, because that's the story rather than the plot, is he's defending Kawaki rather than the world against Ishiki in that fight. With Baryon mode, that's no longer risking his life. That is him choosing to sacrifice his life. I don't think Kurama would, on his own, go into Baryon mode, Kurama mode to defend the village. I think he would just risk his life trying to fight and KC him to normal Kurama mode.
Yeah, I agree. Okay. Like, now maybe maybe like there could become a situation that influences things further, but just at face value for the village, at least, just the village, I don't see him like sacrificing his life. I could see him maybe choosing to sacrifice his life for a specific person. You know, in this case, I guess Himawari is probably the most likely candidate for not Naruto people. But like, that's separate from the village.
That's for Himawari rather than for Naruto.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a difference there. I don't think I mean we agree. I think Kurama would risk his life for the village, but not sacrifice it.
Yeah. There's also sort of a small difference between, I hate to say it, but like the village, a non-living thing that can be rebuilt anyways, and a human life, a living thing that can't be replaced. You know, outside of Edo Tensei or Rene Tensei or Chio's jutsu or like 10 of the different movie jutsus or any of the other reanimations from the filler, like the zombie one from the Shinobi Garden. Any of those, you know, excluding those, all the reanimation methods in the Naruto universe.
Yeah, or the Hagoromo revival of the Kage for a few minutes.
Outside of all those, yeah.
Whatever else, the Karma Seal.
Also, this is the part that I hate to say, but I think defending some random Konoha citizen would be different than defending someone close to Naruto that isn't necessarily close to Kurama, such as, like, I don't know, Choji.
Yeah.
Or even Shikamaru, I guess, would be a better example, because that's like Hokage advisor. Well, that's more of the village, but yeah, I guess Choji works. Either way. Yeah, Kurama would probably, like, if Kurama had to choose, he would just choose Choji's life over the villagers, and he wouldn't hesitate.
Absolutely, yeah. Because even if it's not direct, there is an indirect closeness. First of all, just through Naruto to Choji over, you know, freaking Nishi.
Yeah.
But then also, for Naruto's sake, you know, he's gonna do that too.
And for all the people out there that start with the letter M, this is not to say from the logical perspective of Choji's a better war asset to the village to help defend it further than the random Konoha citizen. It's purely based on the emotional basis.
Yeah.
Yeah, just for all those people out there that start with the letter M. Okay, but this gets into another aspect, somewhat tangentially related, but only kind of not. So, okay. When people die, okay, for example, Don was risking his life. He wasn't sacrificing his life. Don didn't want to die for his village. Specifically, at his death, he was wanting to not die. As opposed to someone like
before becoming Hokage. Anyway.
As opposed to someone like Baryon Mode Naruto, you can argue an interpretation where he did have regrets. You can argue the more in-your-face interpretation that I'm sure you would argue that he had no regrets when he used Baryon Mode and he was sitting there in the almost afterlife with Kurama, talking to Kurama before he actually died. He didn't actually die, you know what I mean. Woke up when he thought he was going to die. He seemed like he was dying without regret. Anyways, and then same with like Obito talking to Kakashi in the Pure Lands, I guess after he had died. Lots of different aspects here. I think if and when
the Kamui method of revival. Obito Kamui out of the Pure Lands.
Okay, but anyways, hypothetically, in the last chapter of Boruto, when Boruto's talking to Kawaki in the Pure Lands after Kawaki's died. And Boruto's like, Kawaki, Ada's gonna be lonely without you. Kawaki's, okay, this is the part where we're gonna disagree. Let's try not to get heated. I think Kawaki isn't going to just not care. I think he'd say something similar to what Sasuke would say to Sakura in this case, or he'd be like, tell Ada I said sorry, or something. Like, he would still do it. So you could say him choosing to die is him not caring about Ada because Ada doesn't want him to die. But he still cares for Ada, even if he cares about the thing that he needs to do more, which is to die. It's the same with Sakura and Itachi for Sasuke. Sasuke needed to leave the village, but it killed him inside to leave Sakura because Sakura wanted to go with him. He didn't want to put that burden on Sakura.
So, two things.
Yeah.
One, you said end of Boruto.
It doesn't matter, but let's just assume he just doesn't change.
Well, I was gonna say, by the end of Boruto, I definitely think Kawaki will be like that. like.
Okay.
The
Okay.
type to
Okay.
say,
Let me clarify the balance here. Just it's gonna sound ridiculous. Let's say next chapter, every Otsutsuki ever comes to the village. Kawaki gets a Shibai level power up, fodderizes them all, including Boruto. he accomplishes his objective of killing all Otsutsukis next chapter. He unseals Naruto in the middle of the chapter.
This is a video.
Naruto kills him at like 3/4 the point of the chapter, and then at the end of the chapter, he's talking to Boruto in the Pure Lands. And Boruto's gonna be revived without Momoshiki. It's just gonna be normal now. There you go. So next chapter, at the end of the next chapter, Kawaki's dead, talking to Boruto, and Boruto's like, what are you going to tell to Ada? Or what? Really, he's gonna be like, well, Kawaki, you're dead now. Ada's gonna be sad. What is Kawaki's response? I think he's going to have remorse, not regret necessarily, because he preferred to die, but he's going to feel sad.
Yeah, I don't think
for
he'd be
Ada.
regret. Well, so I could definitely see that. So, because the thing, okay, I definitely could see him saying, like, well, tell her I'm sorry for everything I did. I could see him saying that. And that would show a level of care for Ada, which kind of contradicts what I was saying earlier. But at the same time, when I say he doesn't care, quote unquote, care about Ada, it's not that necessarily like, oh God, I hate Ada. Like, oh God, I wish she was dead kind of thing. It's more just like, compared to everything else, he cares so much about everything else that Ada is just not on the radar. But when everything else is dealt with, he can realize, like, yeah, I do feel bad for the way I treated her. Doesn't mean he regrets it. But
no, I agree. It's not a regret thing. I don't think it's a realized thing though, because he realizes it now. He says to Delta, like Delta makes him aware of it. Hey, hey, Kawaki, you're being mean or whatever. He's like, yeah, I know. I'll just die after to repent for my sins, basically.
Exactly.
He knows he's being mean.
Both you and Delta are agreeing Kawaki is being mean.
Justifiably so.
Which is my point. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter why. It doesn't matter if Kawaki knows it's mean. The point is he is being mean. And that's all I really am getting at. It doesn't matter if he feels bad. It doesn't matter if he cares enough to feel bad. He's still being mean. And because he's being mean, I don't think he's giving Ada what she needs.
Again, Ada's not trying. Like, at the beginning, Naruto, like, Kawaki didn't like Naruto chasing him down at the beginning when he came to the village. It's almost the same. Like, Naruto basically had the Senrigan by just not letting Kawaki leave. Kawaki didn't like that. And if Naruto kept doing that, if that was all Naruto did, if Naruto didn't try to make any other advancements, they still have the same relationship to this day, to where Kawaki would just hate Naruto still. It's because Naruto went out of his way, continued purposely, just aggressively almost trying to make Kawaki love him, that he actually did in the end. Ada's not doing that.
Well,
only stuck on step
there's
one.
Two things though. Again, you have to look at what it is both Naruto and Ada want and are trying to do. In Naruto's case, what he was trying to do was make Kawaki know you are safe here. Like, I care and I want you to be okay. That's what Naruto wants. And he basically proved it to Kawaki, like that he did care for Kawaki. And, Kawaki saw that. With Ada, she's not trying to prove Kawaki, like, hey, I'm actually not a bad guy. I'm not like Shigen. I'm not going to use you and blah, blah, blah. I want Kawaki to genuinely love me on his own. That's what she wants. So she's not trying to prove anything to Kawaki. If anything, she's trying to not do anything. She just wants Kawaki to genuinely love her. Of course, she's got to be there. So, like, knows who Ada is, can kind of get to know her. But, like, she's not trying to, like, I'm not saying Naruto's manipulating Kawaki, but Naruto's trying to prove to Kawaki, like, yo, I am going to take care of you, unlike Jigen. Ada's not trying to prove anything. Like I said, she wants things to come naturally. That's why their approach is going to be very different here. Because if Ada did what Naruto did, that's not really getting what she's after.
That's weird, though, because Ada's actions almost contradict her doing it naturally because, like, stalking Kawaki with the Senrigan is not natural. That's not going to make Kawaki naturally love Ada. And the fact that Kawaki knows that Ada does that... Yeah. Like, and again, like, if Ada truly loved Kawaki, if she had standards, because I've talked about this, I'm talking about this, I was bringing this up earlier, if Ada just wouldn't do this, because she knows Kawaki doesn't like it. She's doing it anyways, despite the fact that he doesn't like it. Despite the fact that she knows he doesn't like it. That Kawaki doesn't want her to do it. She doesn't have a reason to do it. Naruto was trying to protect Kawaki. I think that, like, letting him know that he's safe here was more a byproduct of it. I think the real objective was to protect him. But
so I agree with, like, a lot of what you're saying there.
A lot of it's unnecessary. Some of it you could...
I ever said that Ada's been perfect to Kawaki either. But what I will say, though, is with that last part, you could just say it is out of, like, her desire for Kawaki to be safe, that she's checking up on him. It's almost like how, I know it's not exactly the same because it's more invasion of privacy, but, like, with Sakura, when, like, Sasuke's like, don't talk about this curse mark, stay out of it, all this shit. But Sakura's like, I care too much. Like, I want you to be okay. I don't want you to hurt yourself.
Yeah, she wanted Sasuke to quit the tuning
exams.
exams.
Sasuke does not want Sakura to tell on everyone at the tuning exams about it. Yet Sakura, because she cared so much, was going to do it anyway.
Yeah.
You could say it's kind of like that, where Ada knows Kawaki hates it, but she wants to make sure he's okay, so she's going to check up on him.
No, I agree. That's fine. Anything necessary like that, sure. Kawaki makes it seem similar to Mitski, to where it's way overblown, way overboard, to where it's more than just what's necessary.
You agree? Okay, I'll take the concession there.
Wait, what? No, I'm saying that it's more than that.
Anyway,
that's his problem. Like, he probably doesn't care if Ada looks, if, like, just to check up on him, but Kawaki's making it seem like it's way more than just that. Like, Ada's, like, basically stalking him with the Senrigan, not giving him privacy for no reason.
Yeah, and he knows it, and he doesn't like that. Like,
yeah, that's not overprotective. That's just being selfish on Ada's part.
Granted though, at this point, it's almost like he's in too deep. Where even if Ada stops, Kawaki's probably gonna think it anyway.
Yeah.
At this point, but that's
really
besides the point.
No, yeah.
I agree, and I don't know if Ada realizes where she's going wrong in that respect. I'm not really sure where to go forward with this aspect, but I agree. Like, okay. Ada is causing some of her own problems.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Wow. Okay.
But this goes to the point, though. On both ends, they're not making each other's lives better. Ada isn't making Kawaki happy, clearly, and Kawaki isn't giving Ada what she wants either, fully anyway.
I think they've made each other's lives better. Like, in ways they've made it better, in ways they've made it worse. I think in totality, they've made each other's lives better, even if not perfect. It's been positive totality, average, utility. Even if just a little bit. Without Kawaki, Ada would be nowhere right now. Ada wouldn't be in the village without Kawaki.
Yeah, I was trying to think from Kawaki's perspective because of omnipotence, but
they would both be more bitter.
On one hand, it's almost like it hurts, but I don't want to use Ada's ability. That just sounds like using Ada, though, anyway. I mean, yeah. Well, I don't know. I feel like it's pretty, I don't know.
Okay. Here's something related. Another topic related to this. I don't know if you picked up on this. I'm really interested. I'm really, really curious if you did. Ada was introduced at a very, very particular point in the story. Ada's character is basically not the end result, but like almost the current result of where Kawaki was at the time. Kawaki came to realize it wasn't his karma seal that he hated, his internal hatred. It was the Otsutsuki. So now he's just hunting down all the Otsutskis, including Boruto. Ada She doesn't hate omnipotence. She doesn't hate her love charm. When she was introduced, she didn't. She always hated Amado for putting it on him. For people like Amado. She wanted to kill Amado. It's not a hatred of herself, because she knows she's not a problem. She's not the problem. Omnipotence itself is just a thing. It's a tool. It's how you use it. Ada, from the beginning, knew that. I don't think Ada, when she was introduced, hated her love charm. She hated Amado in the same way. Around that time, Kawaki stopped hating his karma seal. Kawaki, with the tool theme, understood it's how it's used. It's the person that uses it. So Kawaki hated the Otsusi. Did you pick up on that? Did you realize that? I think that was very purposefully done.
I could also see it from the other perspective of the problem with you could also think of like the reverse perspective where she's blaming it on Amado, but she actually hates herself. But
I don't think that's true.
We don't have enough to suggest that.
Yeah, it could be in the future. We just don't know either way.
Yeah, like that one.
It'd be interesting.
Yeah, so I'm not saying that one is the case because we haven't seen enough of Ada to say that. But I just want to say it is possible that in the reverse sense, she's blaming Amado or the love charm when it's really herself.
It can make sense. It depends how they take the character.
But otherwise,
yeah, it would work well.
Yeah. But with what you said, I agree with. Like, it's like the it's not the thing, it's the people forcing it upon her.
Yeah. Which is interesting. So by the way, so her opinion of Amado currently, because they're like, not, I don't want to say working together, but do you think they see each other?
Weird. It's like
they live in the same village, yeah. Like, I know the thing with Code happened, but still, like...
Well,
also,
even after that, it was like, hey, you better... Like, Amado got out of scot-free by saying, hey, there's stuff about Kawaki I haven't told you. And then she went to listen to it. And then Amado's like, well, actually, let me wait till we get to the Leaf Village. And then on the way back, you know... Ada's like, hey, you better help play matchmaker with Kawaki or else I'm gonna kill you. And he's like, wait, what? And bro didn't help play matchmaker at all.
I know.
Like, yeah, they're living in the same room, but that wasn't kind of Amado. And then I guess, you know, like, she can like say anything and ask, hey, Amado, do you think you could like get rid of this love charm? Like, you like,
that's what I was wondering. Like, yeah, like, have they touched on that at all? Can't Amado just do that? Why wouldn't Ada want that? Why wouldn't Ada do that? Go to Amado. She can at any moment.
Like, Amado, can you like get rid of Shibai's cell somehow? I think he should be able to do it.
She hasn't even asked.
Like, just undo the.
Yeah.
Yeah, like. I mean, in that regard, that's where you'd say, well, the truth is, Ada actually likes having this charm. That's why it's still there.
But they haven't introduced
she still wants it.
That's the problem.
They have subtly in the sense of how Ada like kind of sometimes smirks as she like abuses it.
Yeah, like with Boro's guard when she was first introduced. Yeah, but still.
Yeah, stuff like that where there's times when she kind of does that, but to get what she wants, basically. But even then,
that's
it's
not
still
enough.
like since that point, it is again. They haven't really done anything with this concept in general. Because it's really just been the Kawaki aspect, and then they kind of just like forgot about the.
Because the point of that scene wasn't to point out that they've never even indicated that, even if they've shown it. It's more like coincidence or like something that happened along the way. So they haven't done enough with it, in my opinion, for it to be valid foreshadowing or whatever you want to call it. It'd be retroactive.
Because even then, because from the other perspective, you can just say Ada, because you can always just say, well, Ada desires the love because she's not actually loved or whatever. She doesn't feel like she is. So that would still apply. Then she still won't have the love charm in that case. So it doesn't have to be that one aspect anyway. But yeah, they just haven't, because even like during Amado's talk, it's almost like you could argue Ada hasn't killed Amado because she's interested in Amado's plans. And you could tell she is because she wants to hear what Amado's plans are when she's talking to Code. And then during Amado's talk, she's all like interested, like, you know, at the very least, those events were true. And, you know, I kind of like it, Shikadir, when you asked me to be like this. She's interested in what Amado's after. But it's not like she's approached him on that end either. It's not like she walks up to Amado secretly and is like, hey, so tell me the truth. What are you really after? Pinning him with Damon in the background, cornering him. She hasn't done that either. Like, wait, she's so passive, I guess.
Could say...
It's like she wants these things and does nothing.
This is a bad argument, but you could say Ada knows that both Ada and Damon have a shutdown code that Amado could just activate at any moment. But I don't know if that's true either. If that even is true in the first place.
I don't think that is true.
But even if it was, hypothetically, if Amado does that, the village would know he did that, and then that's not gonna fly. He would either have to activate them or be killed or thrown in prison.
And they're always watching Amado anyway, so it's like they probably just see the situation when that happens.
Yeah. But like,
and I don't think that's the truth anyway, because Amado wouldn't have been so scared of Ada in chapter 69 if he could just shut her off.
Exactly.
He'd just be like, oh, yeah, by the way, time to go to sleep, Ada. And also, I don't think I think they would have just killed them, like, without. I don't know. I feel like it would have been a lot easier to actually kill them if Amado could just shut them down.
Bro, I'm sorry. If I'm Amado, I'm making it a short word, like fish. I'm not making it time to go to sleep. Like, Delta could have decapitated him in that time limit. Like, it's a whole freaking sentence right there. Like, it takes one laser beam eye, and it's just done.
Well, there's probably a reason why it's like that, though, because imagine if it was just fish. Amado starts talking about fish. Oh shit, I shut Delta off again. Like, every time.
How often is Amado going to be talking about fish? Like, just make it a short word that you don't say. That's basically what Darui did with the words. Just, oh, hey, I say this word. It's kind of... In fact, that's my way to get around it. Like, if I was put in that situation, I would just say a word that I never say. And I would just repeatedly say that word, like, every 30 seconds or whatever. Like, triangle? That's not going to be my most said word by a couple thousand instances. I should be good. Let's be honest. Darui's most used word being drag or whatever, or drab, I don't remember what it was. That's not realistic. Everyone's most used word is going to be like the same word. It's going to be the word the, or a, or I, or am. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. Like, or even an introduction, like,
if
hey.
you say it's such a drag a lot, the word a before drag comes more often in all the other sentences.
Even it's
not gonna be like, it doesn't make sense.
I know.
Like Shikamaru's most said word can't be drag, because he always says a drag, and he's gonna say a in plenty of other sentences. So
you're like, I never heard Shikamaru say this is the drag.
Wouldn't have it be the word a.
Man, this situation is dragging right now. That never happens.
Yeah.
Plus, I don't know how that works. Does dragging count towards the word drag, or only dragging?
I don't think it shouldn't, in my opinion. I think that should be a different word.
Would it's the contraction count for both the word it and is? Or is its own third separate word from it and is? Or would it count as it? That's the base word.
Can't say for sure, but I think it would count as its own separate word. I feel like the pot, the Benenhin Sago, whatever it's called, would specifically like pick the literal thing you said as specific as possible.
Okay, interesting.
It's still hilarious that like sorry was Darwin's second most used word. Like instead of you also that.
Even like someone's own name, you would imagine would be one of their most said words.
Yeah. Yeah, especially for like people like me, like as a server,
Yeah.
or when I did sales, like I say my name at every single sentence, like every table. Hey, my name is Ben. Like, that's
Even,
like
yeah, an introduction. Hey,
see, that got me
would
pretty high on the
probably
list.
be
Yeah, hey, that's gonna be up there. Or what's up? You know, how many times I say what's up? Like,
would what's up count as the word what and up? Or would it count
yeah,
as
true.
the
I guess
introduction?
yeah, what's it would be what's shit. When Dari was saved from the ceiling pot, was he saved by I'm sorry or sorry?
That's funny. If he was just wrong, it was the word I'm all along.
Yeah.
I guess he would have no way of actually knowing.
Yeah, actually, that's actually more believable at least.
That's so funny. Oh my god. Okay. Going back to Ada though, with Amado, like she has to know a lot about him. Like not only okay, it's so weird that she was almost reluctant to look into his past for even like a moment when she was talking to Shikamaru. Oh yeah, he did have a daughter. You should already know that first of all. Second of all, there's so many other things you should know. Like you should have already known that Amado put the Karma Seal back on Kawaki before Kawaki manifested it, because she should have just been seeing that anyways. But then, even then, like, she should have looked back in the past at some point.
I don't think she would have understood that. Like while she quote unquote saw it, I don't think she like. When you say see it, it's more just like Amado's doing whatever science to Kawaki's hand. She wouldn't inherently know that was rebuilding the Karma Seal.
It
Like,
depends what the
she would just see
process
Amado's,
is.
got his drill out, got his syringe, doing whatever he's doing.
Well, but we don't know what he did. We don't know what it looked like.
She's not gonna know what that is.
We just don't know what it looks like.
Exactly, but like we don't know what that looks like. But like he didn't just take a stamp of a Karma Seal and like, here you go.
Nah, it depends, bro.
Obvious,
if he pulled out the Jigen black jar with the black gooey tentacle vein looking thing and just implanted it like
he did.
Just saying.
I'm making a video. I'm gonna split this up into 2 videos on this subject. Actually, funnily enough, literally one of my next videos is gonna be how did Amado reconstruct Kawaki's Karma Seal, but I don't think he did any of that.
But Ada's one of the most intelligent, cautious, aware characters in the series. She would definitely know everything Amado is up to and could be up to.
Yeah, I feel like it almost seems like to an extent though she's like hiding. It's weird because like during the Amado interrogation, it just felt like she knew Amado wasn't telling the full story, but she just like didn't say anything. It's almost she's just like watching this, just like letting it happen.
Ada said
for whatever
so
reason.
little
She just like
that it seemed like Ada was lying too. Like all Ada said was like, "Yeah, he did have a daughter at some point." Like she didn't check anything.
Yeah, at the very least, that's true. Yeah, and then this is what pissed me off about Shikamaru, where it's like you're asking to check all the wrong things. Like, especially when Ada's like, well, at the very least, those events are true. It's like, oh, are the other ones not? Shikamaru didn't question that at all. Like, what do you... I'm like, bro,
and this is Amado. Like,
more to this.
If you want to say like he's off guard of some nonchalant situation that turns out to be big and he had no idea, sure. It's freaking Amado, the one that put a bomb around Shikadai's neck that he's never gonna forgive Amado for.
Yeah.
Of all times, this would be the time to be.
And it's like, where was Sasuke when we needed him? Where was Sasuke for that matter? Because it would have been cool if Sasuke was like investigating Boruto's hideout or something, but bro was just gone. Never explained where he was.
Like, this is Shikamaru, the guy that Naruto had to tell to calm down because he was being too extreme with Amado when he first showed up. Bro doesn't
Yeah.
like the guy.
Bro asks. Yeah, exactly. And he asks one question. Oh, did he actually have a daughter? Doesn't ask him like, Ada, can you like check when Jigen allegedly approached Amado? Is that even true? You know, or hey, Ada, can you like check out like what they did to Shibai's remains or anything for that matter? No. Does he have a daughter? The one thing of the story that's probably true. Like the most obviously probably true part of the story. Yeah, let's check on that. Not check on the most sus parts of the story.
Yeah, and
like,
then
bro, what are you doing?
Ada checks it. Ada's answer's like, yeah, that specifically happened. And then Shikamaru's just like, okay, thanks, Ada. Moving on. just blindly
believes
believes
also makes it seem
it.
like the rest isn't true. He makes it seems like the rest isn't true. She's like, yeah, at least that part was true. Like, wink, wink. And then he's like, oh, okay, thank you. Like, god damn it, how stupid is this man?
Shikadir in his prime.
Like, it's like, so it's just like basically like tell like, hey, I'm just so you know though, the rest isn't true. Okay, thank you, Ada. You did very helpful.
Shikadir's the one that's tree
Jesus,
level.
Shikamaru. Yeah, like what are we doing here? Like,
I'm sure we'll be complaining about this.
like, yeah, no wonder he doesn't want to be Hokage. Bro realizes he's stupid.
He'd ruin the village in a day. Pull
Yeah,
out
literally,
Tobirama's guide of what
like
not
start
to
of
do.
Samurai explain omnipotence. I don't believe you. Amado's like, yeah, I think my memories are altered. What? No way.
Boruto,
what?
the traitor of the
Amado,
village,
yeah,
tells
maybe.
him. It's like the less
Yeah. Oh,
trustworthy
okay, I
they are,
believe
the
you.
more reliable they are to Shikamaru.
Literally, like, yeah, bro trusts Ada, the traitor Boruto, Amado, Sarada, the girl who's grown up in the village, want to become Hokage, great student. Oh, hell no, I ain't trusting her.
Like, actually, it'd be really cool if he just, in the same way he still has resentment for Amado from what happened years ago, if he had resentment for Sumire because of Nue. That would be actually cool if that was in the story. That's not, is the problem.
Yeah.
Like, I would like that because that's a part of Shikamaru's
Nue
character.
doesn't even exist in the manga.
No, she
like,
does.
In the anime,
Nue does.
Another stupid difference between the manga and anime. In the anime, freaking Nue's on her shoulder, or sometimes he grows and becomes like a lion size. Like, it hangs out with Sumire. But in the manga, no, Nue doesn't exist.
Nue isn't on screen in the manga, but we know Nue is in the manga. Like, it's in like the guidebooks and stuff for Sumire.
Oh, really?
Yeah. But anyway,
that's good to know. But even so, put in the fucking manga panels, bro.
Yeah.
Just show little Nue on her shoulder. Jesus Christ. It's not that hard. A little Pokemon. You can draw it, Ikimoto.
Yeah.
Seriously, bro. Like, there's no excuse. Ass. I hate this shit. Like, just be consistent with the freaking anime.
So I think...
So retconning Mitsuki's character 3 years later to come to the same realization he already made in freaking episode 90 of the Boruto anime.
I think 3.5 hours in, I'm finally finished with the Ada love conversation. I'm officially ready to move on to the next manga thing. Oh no, the next thing is not Jura. It's actually still staying with this Mitsuki Ada conversation. I still had more about like the Mitsuki part of it.
Okay. The Sasuke wank is crazy. I don't remember what we were saying about Sasuke. What is the point of this argument? What are they trying to figure out and get to the bottom of? I don't know. Dre Tobin. I don't know. Well, according to Gojo, love is one of the most twisted kind of curses. I like that line from Gojo. I'm sorry, Oodie. I'll never understand where you get these perspectives because some of them are out there, at least in my opinion. I agree with you, Tarashi Kake. Some of Oodie's screenwriter perspectives are just god awful crazy, aren't they? I agree with Immortal. Don't remember that spell. Choso, Databayo to you too. What's up? Be kind and respectful. Do you guys want to join my Among Us? Well, I don't have Among Us, so I can't, Carter. That being said, I'm pretty sure Oodie does. The code is... Oh, wait. That's the Among Us code. Kawaki doesn't have what he needs. He has what he wanted. He got a taste of the life he wanted and wants to hold on to the idea that it can continue after he does his plan. Well, I don't... Some aspect, yes, but in some aspect, no. Because I don't think he doesn't plan on continuing his life after he does his plan at the very least. Like, he plans on ending his life. So he did get a taste of what he wanted, but even then, like, Kawaki didn't fully get what he wanted, because it's like he knew, like, oh, I'm not actually accepted here. I know Mabashiku's gonna fucking ruin everything. So a taste of what he wanted, but not everything. What the hell are you talking about? Let's see. That was 30 minutes ago. I don't remember. Probably talking about the stupid the walking thing. I don't remember anything we talked about earlier, by the way. So leave your phone chat about your opinions on our multiple discussions.
I don't want to jinx it, but I think we can blitz through the rest of this in like an hour. The whole rest of the chapter. I could be wrong, because there's a lot to talk about. I
don't really want to be up for a whole hour, to be honest. To be fair, I want to be asleep right now. I have to finish my broccoli, which is the only reason I'm not saying let's end right now. But I'm gonna go ahead and say we're not gonna finish the chapter, most likely.
Okay, can we at least finish the Mitski and Ada conversation? I had at least one more thing I want to talk about then.
Probably. Maybe. Well, hopefully, anyway.
And there's a lot of Among Us
talk.
Play
some Among Us with you.
Yeah, that guy really wants to play. We'll have some gaming streams in the future.
I don't have it.
Oh, yeah, you don't even have it. I did talk to Kamui about it. I will say, Carter, I'm just being fully transparent. I don't know if he's going to do it. I have talked to him. I really don't know, but he said that he could get it on his phone for free. I don't know if there's crossplay. Carter, you seem to know everything about it. So, like, if you can let us know if there is crossplay Among Us with PC and mobile, that'd be great. And maybe Kamui and I will play in the future.
Kind of make or break. Yeah, depends on whether we can do that.
I mean, it is only like $5, but whatever.
Yeah, I don't remember how much it costs, but
yeah. But anyways,
we really had to invest in Super Buddy Man that one time, so we really gotta. The podcast hasn't made enough to make up for that.
W Chicago. Oh yeah, absolutely. I've said it before. I'll say it again, and I feel bad about it, but I do just want to like straight up take at least like an extra like $50 from whatever first paycheck we get just to cover the Fiverr expenses from like a year ago, since I already did do that just for the channel.
No, that's what I thought you were gonna say at first. So what I thought you were gonna say is I feel bad about it, but that one stream when we were playing, I think it was like Mr. Spiraling and Sour Lemon arguing or something. We played Super Bunny and we're just like laughing at it. That was pretty funny.
Well, I actually funny that you like basically refused to buy Among Us. I feel bad that you bought Super Bunny Man just like on such a big whim, and then we basically haven't done anything with it still. We still should and could and will at some point still have the stream literally set up to do it and all the thumbnails saved. But
that's partly why I'm not buying any more games.
Yeah.
We haven't
like,
even
sure, I'll
the first
spend
one.
$15. Oh, Oodie asked me? Yeah, I'm not even going to question it. Just out of blind loyalty, I'll do this for my friend because I trusted him. And then it just hasn't led anywhere, which means I feel like I've betrayed your trust, like Madara did Kurama. Kamui has a negative view of all of humanity because of my one decision. Okay. But anyways.
Maybe that's how we can get Trippy back.
Oh, that'd be funny, yeah. Well,
You just have to ask him for a Super Bunny Man stream.
I've been saying it for months. I do want to do more gaming streams. I don't know if we start this year. I get like the Balloons tournament. I've been writing even more games in the Trippy group chat that we have. But we'll do it at some point. The free games first, but yes, at some point. maybe we'll talk about that another time. But anyways, all right. Mitski. I wanted to talk about freaking Mitski for the past month now, okay? So you know as well as I do, I loved this conversation. I love love. This conversation was about more than just love, though. It was about Mitski, not just Ada. It was about Mitski and the sun and Boruto and Kawaki. I'm glad we got this conversation. We needed to get this conversation. It was the most interesting, best part of the chapter. I love this part. And I prefer that we even got it with Ada rather than last chapter with Boruto, even not knowing that we weren't going to get it last chapter.
Absolutely.
Okay. My one problem with this scene, and it's a glaring issue. It's a big problem. Big problem. In fact, I'll let you guess. You want to guess what it is? Do you have any guesses? It's not this bad. I'm just lost here. Okay.
Is it on this page, or do you just have it on this page?
I'm just looking for it, where I want to start.
So I think we're gonna. It's not the obvious one about the mistranslation.
No.
I don't know why I love Kawaki. I'm gonna assume you're not referring to that.
Nah.
Let me actually just go look at the conversation real quick.
Not about love. Again, it was a thing of you can guess if you want to. If you don't want to, at any point I could just say, okay, that's you do want to. Okay, and you want to spend a lot of time getting the most accurate guess of all time.
I'm the type of person who doesn't like to guess. Do you really think I'm all you've met from me? Not the type of person to try to guess things. Oh, come on now.
Okay. Take your time, please.
Okay. I'm gonna go through the whole conversation. I'm gonna skim through it first.
Okay. I got it basically all pulled up here too. That works. Cool. Well, chat, how are you guys doing? What's up, Carter? If you guys get Among Us, I will be so happy. All right. Well, I mean, hey, I already have it, and I play it. I play it in another server with Rain. He comes on the podcast on the and ATG sometimes. What's up, ATG? We play Among Us. Oh yeah. ATG, and in fact,
Carter,
I haven't talked about it.
ATG,
I do want to have it Among Us.
Crossplay the phone, Carter, can you crossplay the phone to PC with Among Us?
If for whatever reason he's listening to the podcast muted, I'll leave and ask him in chat. Is Among Us crossplay?
It's a really big problem.
He said, Darshikage actually answered. He said yes. All right. I kind of figured.
Okay, good to know.
That's good, yeah. There you go. Get it set up at some point. Carter says, I can give you guys the code if you guys want. I think we're good right now, Carter. And he says, yes. Okay, cool. We'll do a dedicated Among Us stream in the future. In fact, Carter, if you want to see us play games, we already have a games playlist with a little bit in there. You go to the channel, you get a playlists. There's a lot of playlists now, by the way. I'm probably going to add more in the future, but for now, all the playlists. Here's gaming down here. There's only 2, to be fair. And one of them is upcoming. This hasn't even started yet, so... It's scheduled for 7/17 of 2023. It's going to come at some point. The official Bunny Man stream. But there you go. It's already Super Bunny Man on there. A full hour. So, while Kamui reads that, I guess I'll continue doing all this. Not now. He will surpass Damon in the future. Not for at least 97 more years. Could it even be conceivable to make Damon go all out not even win. And I hope he gets a good reply to that. And moving forward, let me also like my own comment. I don't think I did. Oh, well, I can't even see it anymore. Okay. I love YouTube. Have you, by the way, Kamui. But yeah. So Kamui, how's your reading of this conversation going?
I might have some guesses. I'm not confident in any of them though.
Wait, what was that question?
So one guess could be the fact that Mitski kind of like realizes like, you know, like most things didn't matter to him. All that mattered was as long as he had a son illuminating him, nothing else mattered, including himself. But he was wrong. You know, he needs to accept and give himself affirmation first, or else he'll lose sight of what's most important. But he's still thinking about the son, like, I'll lose sight of who my son is. That's one option. So, like, you didn't like that. You wanted Mitsuki to kind of just be like, move past the son.
I'll say this, because I feel like you're trying to tie that into the love conversation, and, like, my views on that. I was being completely honest when I said this completely new topic. Completely different conversation now. So it's...
Well, I'm just finding things with Mitsuki.
Yeah.
So
also,
is it...
Instead of just saying things, like, what specifically do you think my problem with whatever the thing that you think it is would be? Rather than the part
first guess
that I have a problem
basically...
with. But yeah.
Yeah, so first guess. Basically, you wanted Mitsuki... Again, this is a guess. I'm not confident in my guesses, but yeah. First guess. You wanted Mitsuki, based off this chapter, to go from basically all that matters is the sun to I matter, I don't need a son. But he's still like hung up on the sun anyway, basically. He realizes he matters, but he needs to self-affirm so that he doesn't lose sight of his son, which you don't like. That's the first guess. Is that anywhere close?
So when you say anywhere
this
close,
is in reference to pages
that's not my problem.
18,
yeah, that's not my problem. I'll say that. Okay. Not close to my problem. It's close to the part, I guess, kind of tangentially. That probably might throw you off chapter, more than anyways. Yeah, because I mean it's the Mitsuki and Ada conversation.
Is that okay.
I'll give you a hint if you want. It's not a big hint at all. If you want.
Go ahead.
Okay. So, because it's about the Mitsuki part of the conversation, I'm sure you can imagine, my problem has to do with the, like, only thing Mitsuki talks about that isn't love, because I already confirmed it's not about the love. The only other thing he talks about is the sun. So my problem has to do with something related to Mitsuki's dialogue in reference to the sun.
Okay. Okay, so...
I don't think that narrows it down.
I wasn't 100% off the mark, because what I was referring to was about the sun.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's not my problem.
Part was also about the sun.
The part.
This comes after... let's start with that. I'm moving to page 20 and 21, I guess, now. Am I going in the right direction, or am I actually going backwards?
It's more just generally the whole conversation rather than something in particular.
Okay.
It comes up in particular dialogue, but it happens more than once. And it's... I'll leave it at that.
So, okay, I was thinking of the part when Mitsuki says, it's just I was scared when I realized who I thought of my son may not be so. I then feared losing it. So I stopped thinking about whether or not that son was the real thing. You know, I thought I might have some. This one was my second guess was I hadn't really fully figured out my second guess, but it was in that area.
So, can you clarify what the second guess is exactly? Because it's really funny that you say that.
No, because I kind of forgot.
Come on, bud. The old form of RPG, that layout looks similar.
I'm trying to remember what it
Yeah,
was.
up on mobile. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, what?
Tadari Shikage. Sorry,
Oh.
I'm talking to him, not you. Shout out Dari Shikage, as well as Carter. But you don't know why, Kamui, but the thing you're saying is so funny. How close yet far it is.
Well, again, like I said, I had two spots I was thinking. So, and is it the fact that Mitsuki's afraid of losing his son?
You have no idea. You have no idea. It's so funny.
No, I don't know what it.
Okay, so do you always just
give me
tell
more
you?
hints. I want to be able to guess it.
Okay,
No,
you have to think outside the box.
I don't care how many hints it takes.
Think about outside the box about what you're saying right now. Be self-aware.
Oh
my god.
Is it that Mitsuki is not self-aware? Is self-aware? Is it?
That was not necessarily a hint. I was just giving you advice.
Self-aware divine trees?
That's my problem. Yeah, Mitsuki the divine tree.
Yeah.
You're so along the right track, though. In fact, you could say in a way, that is my problem. Almost like exactly so.
But that Mitsuki is self-aware of all this?
Isn't. Or wasn't. So at this point, can I just tell you?
Self-aware.
So can I lead into it now?
No, more.
Oh my god, you basically already got it though. I don't know how much more you could get it.
Okay. So just the fact that he didn't figure this out sooner?
At all. Really? Yeah.
Well, yeah, like literally, like I said in the anime, tying this back to the anime, Mitsuki already did this in episode freaking 182.
So no. It's not the growth part of figuring out who he is as a person or whatever. Okay, I'm gonna lead into it now, Kamui. I don't care about the freaking guess anymore. You already guessed it. Okay. And Boruto made you realize this. That's great. What did he make him realize? Before I'm even aware of it, I lose sight of who my son is. That's what's most important to me. Yeah, because if I don't bother to give myself whatever, blah blah blah. But I was wrong. Okay. This whole conversation, Mitsuki didn't think about what his son is. When he first saw Boruto's picture and said that's his son, he never gave it a thought to even conceive the idea of what the son means. The audience did way more work than what Mitsuki did because the audience actually tried to at least give it some kind of meaning. Mitsuki was okay with just saying Boruto's the son and just being okay with just leaving it at that without it having a meaning. Mitsuki didn't think about what the sun is or what it resembles or what that means. We, this entire time, thought that Mitsuki had an idea and that in the future we would find out this is what the sun means to me in particular, personally, specifically. They also emphasized the sun like it was going to be some big deal, some actual thing, not the most general, vague thing ever of, oh, Boruto is metaphorically bright. If you're going to do something crazy with the sun and emphasize it to such a big degree, this is sort of a different complaint, but you don't do that. You do something more specific, but that's the second complaint. My complaint is the fact that Mitsuki makes it seem like in this conversation, he's just now, for the first time ever, considering what the sun is in the first place. He wasn't even doing what the audience was doing. He didn't even consider what that means, what the sun is.
I mean, he at least considered that the sun shines upon the moon.
It's not that he changed
no
his
light.
answer, though, is my problem. Like, maybe it was just the translation I read. I don't think I'm forgetting it. But it's not that he changed his answer after his conversation with Boruto. It's that until his conversation with Boruto, he didn't stop to question, wait a minute, what does it mean when I call Boruto the sun right now? What does that even mean to me? Like, from Mitsuki's perspective, he hadn't even put 2 to 2 together that when he calls Boruto the sun, that's because he's considering Boruto to be metaphorically bright, or blah 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 whatever. That he's putting too much affirmation in Boruto. Mitsuki himself didn't even realize that until now. Mitsuki didn't know what the sun meant. He wasn't even trying to think about what the sun meant. He wasn't questioning it. He didn't have an original idea, right or wrong, about what the sun was. There was no idea at all in the first place, ever, until now.
I guess, like, the most you could say is, gonna be beginning of chapter 7. You know, to him, I guess the sun was, the one who gave Mitsuki his life meaning and permission to live and be here.
But you're doing more than Mitsuki ever did. Mitsuki never thought any of this through.
He says, you give my life meaning, permission to live and be here, whatever the hell that means.
I'm going to consider that as in the moment. It was until just now. The way this conversation comes across, maybe it was just the original translation, the Itachi Flaws version, but it makes it seem like he's just now realizing what the sun could be. Right, wrong, whatever. Never even guessed.
I mean, I feel that, like, I hate to say it, but so far, the sun thing with Mitsuki has kind of been disappointing to me.
Yeah.
Also for the reason you said about the whole, like, you know, if you're gonna do all this, you gotta make it like a bigger deal than just like, oh yeah, he's a nice guy. Like,
oh my god.
like, yeah,
Oh, I've actually never seen this translation.
Like, to some extent, I mean,
so you're saying that I'm a foolish girl who's in love with being in love? We actually haven't got this far in the translations. I have not seen. This is completely new to me. This is very interesting. Because this is what I was saying earlier.
What the other one said.
The idea of being in love. This is actually what I was saying a few streams ago. The idea of being in love is more frivolous than the love itself. It's you don't tell your crush because the idea of having them as a secret crush is more fulfilling internally than revealing that secret. Ada,
well, like I said,
Ada doesn't love Kawaki. Ada loves loving Kawaki.
She loves the idea of being in a romance with Kawaki, I think.
Sure.
I would say.
That's fine.
By the way, I can still get the raws if I don't refresh this page.
Well, I have the version that I had here. I don't know where I would look in the conversation, but I have the whole thing.
Oh, I also still have the Ragnarok one up. So actually, I can look at that one. Are you trying to say that I'm the same? You think I'm just a naive person who's madly in love with someone? That's the Ragnarok.
Interesting.
The other one, if I can find it. Oh my god, this is so annoying.
I know. Annoying for me too.
How do you even read this?
Oh my god.
I don't know how to read this. This is so random.
This is so annoying. But I'm just gonna try and find an instance of what I'm referring to here. It happens a few times, actually.
I don't know how to find the panel I'm looking for. Do you want me to say that I feel the same with being in love? Congrats on being human. That's a different thing. Yeah, I need to believe this is the Tachi flaws. Firstly, I need to believe myself. If I cannot affirm myself, I'll lose sight before I know it. What's the sun to me? What is the most important thing? I guess I could see why you're saying you felt like he hasn't considered it, what the sun even means. But I think what he's saying is I'll lose sight of what the sun actually means to me if I don't understand myself, is what I think they're trying to say. Versus,
Again,
I never thought about it before.
It's
like he
been
had
a
something,
month,
but he was wrong.
I don't even know what I'm referring to anymore. I just don't even remember. I just know it was this.
Ugh.
But yeah. But anyways, that's the thing I wanted. That's the last thing I had with this Mitski Ada conversation. Did you want to end stream there, or?
I guess because I want to be asleep right now, which obviously I won't do for like another hour, but I can be content with that. So we'll just call it good there, and then I guess we'll just talk about Jura a month late. Still haven't finished on my videos, so I'm probably gonna be screwed over, but whatever.
Oh, right. Before, really quick. Okay. We can do that off soon. Did you mean, you said next Tuesday? Did you actually mean this upcoming Tuesday or the next Tuesday?
Yeah.
So the 16th or the 23rd?
Like the 16th. Let me just double check that I'm not mistaken.
Before I
I'm
send
pretty
that,
sure
please,
I had
yeah.
that off. Yeah, okay, yeah. So I am off the 16th. Granted, I don't know. I didn't know for sure if I was doing anything, but do you know did he say what time? Like of the evening? Kind of vaguely.
I probably told him night,
I'll
but I'll
also
have
probably
to
be
check.
off the 17th.
Anyways.
You can always figure out the specifics, but the 17th is also a possibility because I haven't been scheduled on Wednesdays lately, but we'll figure that out.
Alright, I'll let him know the 16th or 17th then. Anyways, thanks everyone for watching, I guess. 18th, I think, the chapter drops. Yeah, but the spoilers are gonna be out like the freaking tomorrow, basically.
Oh my god. Are you kidding me?
Oh, chapter drops early this month?
It's
That's
out the
kinda
18th
cool.
this month.
Before the 20th.
For fuck's sake, bro. Can we just fucking not have this month? It kind of annoys me.
Yeah, but
I'm annoyed about that.
No, we have to have it. So you said next time you'd be free is when? Is it gonna be that stream?
I don't know.
Bro, if it's gonna be that stream, there's no hope. We're not finishing it before next chapter. Unless we continue stream after the fact in a second stream to finish up chapter 8. But
bro, the spoilers for the next chapter are already gonna be out by that point.
Yeah, but I'm not gonna read the spoilers anyways. The problem is that you are, and then
you're not gonna do OP's.
I guarantee you there's gonna be a lot of Jura information that I'm not gonna have that you are. That's gonna make all of my arguments irrelevant because you are gonna know right or wrong, and then that means you're not gonna be able to argue with me because it just is gonna be the case. There's not gonna be up to interpretation. You're just gonna have the interpretation. It's gonna be annoying for you and frustrating for me. So I don't know how that's gonna work.
I don't know. Yeah, like I don't know what I'm doing the next. I mean, I know I work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, but after work, I just don't know what I'm doing on any of those days. I may or may not be doing stuff, so that's where it's tricky for me to say. I can't. If I was to stream, it would have to be like kind of like later notice. Like, actually, I can tonight. Do you want to do it? But
yeah, that's fine. Well, do you work a morning shift any of those days, and you don't work a double? I guess any of those days.
no.
Oh, okay.
Where
Well,
are you gonna go?
never mind. Okay, well, I guess you can just let me know.
I work all day on the Sunday one, I guess. Yeah, I do work the morning and the evening on Sunday.
We'll definitely count Sunday out then in that case.
So actually, yeah. With that in mind, Saturday night is gonna be a no-go because I will just want to get up too early.
Okay.
Sunday night, you know, theoretically, if I'm not doing anything, that is an option still. It's just
It's gonna
I don't
suck
know.
having to work a freaking double. Well, if we're doing a chapter 8 stream, it's probably gonna be short considering this. We can't possibly go on for another several hours with what's remaining of chapter 8, can we? It's no pause. Like, we've already talked about it.
Besides just like, yeah, I was gonna say I don't even know what we're gonna talk about besides just like Jura. Okay, what do you think? Like,
I definitely have a couple things that I already know I want to talk about.
Like at this point, like we're even as it is, we're already doing it. Where we keep talking, but.
Okay, but we're ending stream here. Thanks for watching, everybody. Walky Talky Podcast. I've been talking. Kamui's been walking.
Number one knuckleheading ninja-ing.
You've been listening, and actually this time
you've been city hearing.
Usually, actually, recently we've been doing the walkie-talkie portion first for the first 30 minutes to 2 hours of the podcast. This time we sort of not really did it at all, but kind of did it for a couple minutes in the middle, if you want to argue that as being the health portion of the podcast. Or other than that, we've been the Walky Talky Podcast until we're not anymore, in which case we'll start a new one where we are the Walky Talky Podcast again, and then this will be the number one higher. Anyways, over and out. I don't know if that's the best or worst outro we've ever done, but it's one or the other.
Oh, I'm gonna clip the outro and be like, what is this outro? And then just see.